People like this, they will answer for their wife. They say, do you take her to be your lovely wedded wife under the name of Avibella? They say, I do. Say, do you take him to be? They say, she does. I answer for her. After all, using the Avibella product also, I will use it. So I do. She does. Don't say anything to honey. Alright, let's proceed. Wedding straight. No begging you. Sir, I know that. Wedding. Eh? Daddy. Alright, so DJ, you're going to drop the next instrumental. Lil Wayne, not Lil Wayne Lollipop. Let me do this one for everybody here. I'm just going to walk to your table and I'll see what the Spirit will lead me to do. You understand? So let's go. That one was for the program. So we're ready. Let's do this one for the people. This one is for your people. This one is Avibella. This one is for my sister. Pressing laptop at the side, still working, still smiling with the dimple. Shaman already living life, this thing is simple. Mommy, let me really check what he's doing. You, yes, you. I am looking. It is nice, there's a smile on your face, black on black. When I check, very well, it is great. You can see her, she know they move too much, she just a day. Avibella in her front, with the pen, she got it right. She's so easy like tonight. Look at your man by your side, there's a suit on him like white. Both of you looking like bright. Is it love that I'm seeing over here? Is this wife? Is this husband? Is it? Hey, she said, oh, it's not my love, but it's like he's handsome. Looking at his face, it's like you're going to want one. Checking at his side, he didn't even move, but I'm seeing you blush as he starts to move. Hey, is your organ? Can't you blush for your organ too? Okay, you said no, you're talking better food. But Oga has a swag already, you can see it. When you come to his corner, you best believe it. Hey, see, it's nice. And everybody know when we all come here. Is that your husband? So you came here, why? You are checking again if it's your wife. Are you checking her, or is it morning, or is it night? No, daddy, easy. It is Adam and we came. Let's apple and Eve. She's the one that got the egg. They move a lady to give us apple. It is Eve. But it's something, and I know that I believe all of you are reporters for the show. Avibella is going to blow. BKT International Nigeria, this one is show. But one now IUD, expanding with all the trust, improving life, suiting you where we go to go make no noise. Now let me go down to my mom. She nodded, she said, she hold her tab already. You look, you here, you are here with us. You know, it's a cross. Oh mommy, I can check. It's a cross. Hey, mommy, smile. Both of you will have to see me. Larry, there's gold, there's gold. Is that your husband? Wait, did they stop the music? People are not dating. Move the same color, have the same gold. You have here, she have here. This is not my first sight. And please get their measurement, please. No. Wedding is going on. After Avibella product launch, we're doing the Avibella wedding launch. Please, camera, focus on this people, they are getting married. Look at where they are sitting down, same color. They both have gold on their teeth. Look at them, see their smile. They even look alike. Mom. Is there a pastor here to Avibella pastor? Do we have an Avibella pastor, a hormonal pastor? Is there a hormonal pastor here? IUD pastor, uncle? No IUD. Which pastor will expand our choice here today? But seriously, there's a whole lot of like you see. Today, if you are single today, you must find love. Under the spirit of Avibella, you must be loved. If I get angry, I turn Avibella to church. This is what happens when Avibella becomes a church. You say, Father, the spirit of Avibella, let me leave me. Avibella is a product. Once it launches. So when they pray, they will open their eyes to you. You will not be afraid to look at them. Once it launches, it's a product. Everybody wants to touch it. When they see it, they will like it, they will buy it. Avibella, you see them, they are white. And the future is looking very bright. When you see them, they are working hard with their mind. Every day, every morning, every night. They are here. So, Avibella is now a in ministry. Once you come to church, you will come and see. Take the first tablet, just like you take Tom. Once you put it in your mouth, your journey don't come. You'll be feeling some hormonal IU. Dancing like the lady that is dancing next to me. Doctor will be saying, you see the doctor said can move. China still you want to interview her too. Avibella came to the building with the crew. This is Dr. Kelechi, you know that that's true. This product is coming and the launching is new. So DJ, Dr. Dale, this mic is for you.
If you enjoyed that video, thank you for bringing the energy in the room. Are you guys having a good time? Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time? Like people don't like me. This you can ask them if they're having a good time so that they can answer.
Alright, everybody, are you having a good time?
Yes! Okay, I think I'm the problem. I want to shout more.
No, they need to be.
So, everybody, are you having a good time? Yes! So, everybody, are you having a good time? Yes! Oh, okay, now I understand. So, please, DJ, can you? Alright, so we're about to start. He's the unserious person and I'm the serious person. Not so serious, but let's just get the serious business started. I want us to start by this call and response, right? When I say Avibella, for every time I say Avibella, please say expanding choices, improving lives. Avibella. Expanding choices, improving lives. Avibella. Expanding choices, improving lives. Thank you very much. Are we ready to start this esteemed program? Are we ready to start? Yes. So please, a round of applause. We are going to clap today. So that's going to be our exercise for today. If you don't clap, you eventually stand up and dance. So would you rather clap? Would you rather clap? Yes. So a round of applause as we start the Avibella lunch. So good morning, distinguished guests, respected consultants, healthcare professionals, partners, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen. On behalf of DKT Nigeria, it is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to the launch of Avibella Hormonal IUD here in Lagos. So when I say IUD, I expect everybody knows that we are talking about intrauterine device, right? So today's event is more than a product launch. It is a conversation about expanding contraceptive choice, improving women's healthcare experiences, and advancing reproductive health outcomes in Nigeria. A round of applause, please. And across the world, women are increasingly seeking contraceptive options that are not only effective, but also convenient, reversible, low maintenance, and aligned with their lifestyles and personal healthcare needs. Avibella represents an important addition to that conversation. And today, we're going to hear from respected leaders in obstetrics and gynecology, reproductive health experts, please a round of applause, healthcare providers and stakeholders as we explore the future of hormonal IUDs in Nigeria and the opportunities they present for both providers and clients. We are honored to have such a distinguished audience joining us, and we sincerely appreciate your presence and support. We encourage everyone to participate actively, engage with the discussions, and enjoy the experience that we have prepared for you. Once again, welcome to Avibella Lunch. Once again, welcome to the Avibella Lunch, and we are all going to stand up for the national anthem.
Amen.
please do not present.
Oh, man.
Alright, you're welcome once again. I already welcomed you 1 million times already to the event. So we'll just go ahead and start. Okay, so I will be starting with a welcome address. And it's my pleasure to invite an organization that has consistently demonstrated its commitment to improving reproductive health outcomes and expanding access to quality family planning services across Nigeria. If you let me, I'll talk a lot about DKT Nigeria because I have worked with them several times for several years, and this is not my first experience with DKT Nigeria. But I will just, do you want me to talk about DKT Nigeria just for a little bit? Okay, so it's been 10 years of my career as a medical doctor, health influencer, content creator, sexual and reproductive health advocate, and on different occasions, DKT Nigeria, DKT International, DKT Woman Care Global has reached out to me for different engagements, from talking about IUDs, talking about contraceptives, talking about a lot of sexual and reproductive health products and how it impacts women's lives. And not just as a product, but as a tool for enhancing and promoting optimal care, optimal health for the African woman. Okay? And so today, we'll be listening to an organization that is the largest producer. Please clap when I say these things. It is not easy. Largest providers of contraceptive products, safe abortion products, and services in a country, in this country, Nigeria. We have products like, please, if you have ever heard of these products, please just say DKT Nigeria when I mention it. Okay? Kiss condoms.
DKT Nigeria.
Post pill.
DKT Nigeria.
Me Fesa.
DKT Nigeria.
Me Sofem.
DKT Nigeria.
Penegra Sildenafil tablet.
DKT Nigeria.
Progesta.
DKT Nigeria.
Fiesta lubricant.
DKT Nigeria.
But today we're going to be spotlighting Avibella. So a round of applause as I invite a representative of DKT Nigeria. Should I mention her name, or should she just stand up and come and tell us about herself, or just introduce herself? I like to hear people mention their names. So I'll just call, you know I'm talking to you, right? So a representative of DKT Nigeria should come here, tell us her beautiful name, and
Good morning, everyone. I feel like you've done part of my work here already. That's what I'm doing. Great, thank you. Thank you very much. We have a time that we're working with. My name is Precious Chima Nwaugo, and I am really honored to be delivering this opening address this morning and presenting what we do in Nigeria and highlighting our work and just letting you know a bit more about DKT and welcoming you to this event. Thank you so much for being here. So who are we? DKT is a global organization. We are in over 100 countries across the world, the largest private providers of sexual and reproductive health products, services, and technology. Specifically today, we're talking about family planning and HIV. We're talking about family planning, HIV prevention, products, services, and technology. We work primarily leveraging private sector strengths. We partner with facilities in Nigeria. We work with PPMVs, we work with community pharmacies, we work with doctors, And we do that to ensure that we are getting these commodities, the products, to where our users can access them. It is all about health impact for DKT and ensuring that women have the products and the commodities that they require. Our core strategy is social marketing, and permit me to explain in a bit more detail what social marketing is. And we have the public sector providing free services to a segment, a part of the population, and then we have the highly commercial industry. But DKT works at the intersection of these two sectors. We're ensuring that the commodities are affordable because we know that there are people who want to access commodities, and affordability is one of the reported barriers to accessing consulting services. So we do know that there are people who want quality, but at a really reasonable price point. So DKT uses social marketing to ensure that we can make these commodities available to women and couples everywhere. So, talking about Nigeria specifically, DKT has been in Nigeria for over 12 years now, and we've grown a staff strength of over 200 staff. We have the sales team, we have the marketing team, we have all of these things, supply chain, logistics, all working for one goal, which is to ensure access, which is to ensure that we get this product easily, ensuring that we can get this products, and we don't even stop at getting the products. We support that with demand creation, with communication, with provider training, all of these to ensure that in Nigeria and even other parts of the world where DKT operates, that we're able to ensure that women and couples have access to these products. Right, so maybe I'll leave my presentation and just talk to you then. So since our introduction in Nigeria in 2014, I wanted us to highlight some of the impact that DKT has had in Nigeria. We realized that we're working in the field with other partners, but since the introduction of DKT in 2014, we can see that some of the major key indicators, FP indicators, have improved, and DKT has actively contributed to that. Total fertility rate has gone down, while the percentage of women, married women, using modern contraception has also gone up. And you can see on the side, CYPs, this is just how many people, how many products, how many people are using our methods, what we're distributing year on year. And we're not stopping, we're doubling down on our efforts, ensuring that we're able to get these commodities everywhere. Talking about users in Nigeria, we did an independent survey, and that was done in 2022, to find out, okay, DKT is working in Nigeria. How many people, what are we doing to the total market? How are we contributing to this market? And we found that DKT supplies about 41%, 2 out of 5 of every contraceptive user in Nigeria. And as DKT clients have grown, and the total market has also grown. So it just speaks to the impact of the work that we're doing. We're not only, as I said earlier, we're not only making this product available, we're accompanying it with interventions, including trainings and all of that. I mentioned earlier that affordability is a reported barrier to access. Now, DKT prides itself in ensuring that products that we deliver are affordable price points for clients. And just what it costs for DKT to deliver one CYP for all the products, we see that it's below the affordability index of Nigeria, and that's for That's as for the 0.25% of purchasing power parity. That's the average Nigerian will be able to purchase our products. What do we do really? How do we get all of the work that we do done? We do that with provider trainings, FP service delivery, we do outreaches, widespread distribution, marketing and communication activities, all of which I've mentioned earlier, and innovation. Today we're introducing Avibella, a product that is different from all the products that we currently have in our basket. And that's part of FP innovation. It is coming to you with new products. It is working with technology, ensuring that we're able to deliver service at every point in time. I'll highlight the product launches and product introductions that we've had for the period of time. Today we're talking about Avibella, but this is just a summary of some of the products that we have in our basket that we've introduced since 2014, from condoms to IUDs to injectables. So all of these products, AKT Nigeria have introduced them. Now, why exactly are we introducing Avibella? On 3 levels. 1, Avibella represents expanded method mix. So we have a range of FP products. We're introducing a new one so that there are options. To the second point, women can have more options to choose from. People who are aware of other family planning methods and need one that suits their lifestyle. There is Avibella there to be chosen from the basket of products already available. And then the benefits that Avibella offers. We see that contraception, from programs that we implement, we see people stopping certain methods because of the side effects that it has. And this particular method offers additional benefits that you will hear about during the product presentation, so to not take much of our time. But we're bringing an option that is way beyond contraception, which is why we're introducing Avibella today. Ultimately, beyond Avibella, beyond introducing Avibella today, DKT is committed to strengthening access in Nigeria and improving health outcomes. I mentioned earlier that the work that we do, the priority for us is improving health outcomes. It's the women, it's the couples that we work for, it's the end users, to ensure that they have a choice, to ensure that they can access services, and to ensure that their health outcomes are better. Now, what are we committed to? The same things that we've been doing. We're committed to ensuring availability of the products, Avibella and other products. We're committed to capacity building for the trainers to ensure that while the products are available, they're also able to deliver quality services to clients who come, even at the PBMV and the pharmacy level. And we're committed to awareness creation, generating demand for these services, so that the end users know that these products are also available to them, and they can ask their providers when they get to the facility. At the end of the day, our mission is to provide couples with affordable options. And that's what DKT has come here to do with Avibella today, introducing this option, introducing this method to all of us here. So on behalf of the management of DKT, my country director, Mr. Sakapati, the DKT management team, and DKT staff here present, I welcome you to this momentous occasion. Thank you. Can we stand up? You are welcome, please, for DKT Nigeria. Okay, so the energy was good. Maybe next time I'll say, just, do this, committed
to the goal. And with that, we're going to be calling on Dr. Tunji Akintaje, who is here. Okay, so he's not here yet. Is he here? Okay, so while we're trying to sort that out, I just saw one of my chiefs here. Okay, so please sorry about that. We were supposed to call somebody else, but she stepped out, and I didn't see her. The beautiful lady over there. She is from the Ministry of Health, and we know that we can come together, come up with solutions, bring together sponsors and funders and partners, but if the government doesn't buy in, then something happens somewhere, okay? And that's why we're happy to have a representative from the Ministry of Health, Dr. Avibella, she's the health coordinator, and she's here to give us a good message. So please a round of applause for her. It's not easy to be here. She came very early. She only stepped out to do something, and I didn't know when she came. You're welcome, Ma. Thank you very much for being here. You're looking sharp, and I like your smile all through you've been here. Please a round of applause for her. It's not easy to get government to come to this kind of things. Government buying sometimes is very hard. But I mean, this is DKT, right? This is DKT, so government should be here. Please a round of applause for an organization that does everything by the books and does it right.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, it's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Latifa Chu, the Lagos State Reproductive Health Coordinator. I'm standing here on behalf of my permanent secretary, who cannot be here today with us. So she asked me to deliver this message on her behalf. Okay, with all protocols observed here, it's my great pleasure to welcome all distinguished guests, partners, healthcare professionals, development agencies, and representatives of government institutions and stakeholders to this important launch of Avibella hormonal intrauterine device, which is being launched by DKT. On behalf of the Lagos State, His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, I extend my appreciation to DKT Nigeria and all the partners committed to improving reproductive health outcomes and expanding access to quality family planning services across our state and the nation as a whole. Today's event marks another significant milestone in our collective efforts to ensure that women and families have access to a wide range of safe, effective, client-centered family planning options. Family planning remains a critical intervention for reducing maternal and child mortality, promoting healthy timing and spacing of pregnancies, empowering women, and contributing to sustainable socio-economic development. The introduction of the Avibella, let me not pronounce it, please can you help me? Hormonal ICD presents an additional opportunity, which is welcomed by the state, to strengthen reproductive choices. So, by expanding the available method mix that we have right now, we are helping women to make informed decisions about their reproductive health based on their individual needs and preferences. Lagos State remains committed to universal access to quality reproductive health services through strategic partnership with all our partners. We're very happy to say we're grateful for all the support DKT has been giving the state in various interventions, capacity building, demand generation, and so many others. Capacity building and youth awareness. Recognize that collaboration between government and private sector partners, developmental organizations, and healthcare providers is essential to achieving our family planning goals in the state. I hereby welcome all to actively engage, share all the learnings that we get from this event, and the insights that we generated here will help us to use as a state to strengthen our policies. For us, IUCD is a way for us to increase a couple years of conception, thereby increasing our modern contraceptive prevalence rate for Lagos State. So it's very important. And it's one of those methods that is very, very low. Actually, in the method mix, it's very low. A lot of our women will not want to take IUCD. We are looking at it that maybe our health workers, the new ones, because the old ones that are well trained, have retired. So we're hoping that we'll be able to increase the uptake of IUCD. We're welcome to this launching, and we're welcome to this launching that we are doing right now. For us as a state, we're grateful and thankful. Thank you very much.
Please a round of applause for her. Thank you very much for your wonderful remarks. We love you. We love you, Lagos State Ministry of Health. We love you. We love you. Thank you for being here. All right, so we'll just go ahead. We all know that for every health initiative, there's always a sugar daddy. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean sugar daddy, sorry. There's always a fun dance. I'm so sorry.
Maybe you look here. I think maybe when you look at the environment, it's sugar that you are seeing.
Yeah, so there's always a funder, right? And at the heart of major breakthrough in global health, there's always one common factor, a funding partner. No single organization, government, or institution can tackle healthcare challenges alone. There's always a strategic collaboration. And we are glad to have our I don't know why I keep saying that.
Why is it sugar?
I'm sorry.
Sugar daddy.
We're glad to have our funding partners here to come give their goodwill messages. Please, a round of applause for our representative from Gates Foundation. Please, a round of applause. Ibukun Adeyeye, representing Gates Foundation. Before she gets here, I want to say something. Gates Foundation doesn't just support organizations, they support individuals. I'm happy to announce that I am a goalkeeper at the Gates Foundation. As an individual, I was reached out to and I am being supported to continue my work around sexual and reproductive health. So thank you, Thank you, Gates Foundation, for the work that you do, and please come and give your goodwill message. Please, a round of applause for our sugar. A round of applause for our founder, please. Please, a round of applause, please. Our sugar money.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And I am here representing the Gates Foundation consultant for Lagos, who should be representing the Gates Foundation. My name is Avibella, and all protocol duly observed. I am here to give my goodwill message. So on behalf of Rodrigo Diallo, the state focal person for the Gates Foundation Nigeria country office, and Olukole Daramola, who is supposed to be here but is absent, who I am representing for this event, I am delighted to extend our warm congratulations to DKT International, the Lagos State government, partners, healthcare providers, and all stakeholders on the official launch of the Avibella hormonal IUD in Lagos State. This milestone represents a significant step towards expanding contraceptive choice and ensuring that women and families have access to safe, effective, and client-centered family planning services in Lagos State and in Nigeria as a whole. We commend Lagos State's continued leadership in advancing reproductive health and strengthening health systems in Lagos, and the Gates Foundation remains committed to supporting innovations and partnerships that improve health outcomes and empower women to make informed reproductive choices. I wish everyone a successful launch at this event today. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause again. If not, we're going to stay. I was supposed to be a timekeeper also, as well as an MC, but I am very glad that everybody's taking the time and they're just delivering their speeches straight to the point, and thank you for that, everyone. So, still on audio messages, I want to invite Dr. Tunji Akintade on behalf of the Chairman, Association of Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners, Lagos State Chapter. Please, a round of applause for him. We are very significant, important partners. We have the private sector. I wouldn't say nothing goes well, but we know the kind of funding that comes from the private sector. The government, but the private sector, they are really, trying for us. Thank you, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, DKT international officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Health, my very distinguished friends from the Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria, now called ANPMP. My name is Tunji Akintade, as I've been introduced. I'm here doing this on behalf of my state chairman, Dr. Jonathan Esegine, JP. For the fact that we're here means that this association is an icon in partnership with DKT. I remember vividly that when I was the state chairman from the year 2016 to 20, I have no any other partner in the preventive work of DKT. And, a lot of my members have benefited. I like the word to use social marketing and bridging the gaps of availability and accessibility. If no any other thing, these are the things that have sustained these products in this country. I remember when we were under training, we have a lot of area methods. Even the you know the word I'm talking about. It's practically obsolete. But there has been a lot of innovations up to the one that we are actually launching today. And I'm glad that the ministry has spoken before I did. They have their challenges. They have no any other choice than to partner with the private sector to be able to prevent mortality that we are preventing. Because if we get women extinct in the nation, for the entire world is dead. Because they are the ones that are going to raise siblings, the male and the female. Even if you like, you can say that you are an important factor, but if you don't have the soil, you are not going to have any human being. So the fertility of women is very, very important. And this is the role that the DKT has to play. And I believe that we don't have any other choice than to partner with them. So on behalf of my state chairman, Dr. Jonathan Esegine, I want to encourage more collaboration, more access, so that we can give a thorough back to Avibella in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution to healthcare in Nigeria. Please, like I said, you always be this call and response always happens. Avibella.
Expanding choice, improving life.
Avibella. Okay, thank you very much. Still on goodwill messages, we are going to have the Secretary, Lagos Sector, Society of Obstetrics and Gynecology of Nigeria, Dr. Modupe Adedeji. Please, a round of applause for her. Okay, I was going to do this separately, but please. Okay, so I was going to do this separately. When I see doctors who are practicing medicine beyond the white box, I call it beyond the white box. She's practicing medicine in the clinic, and then she's using social media to promote to promote women's health. She's called Dupsy the gynecologist on social media. Please, a round of applause for her. Please, a round of applause. She's doing very good work. Thank you. You're welcome, my chief.
And I've committed a great sin because I'm representing my chairman. So you should have tried to separate it. And I can see channels here. So I'm in trouble. So thank you for having us and standing on protocols. Yes, I was waiting when they were going to call Sogon, and I was even expecting to be called first because we are indeed the soldiers and taking the front line for women's health in Nigeria and also globally. Yes, it's actually always so pathetic to find a woman dying just because it's carrying out the normal physiological activity of carrying pregnancy. And we've been finding it so difficult to increase the contraceptive uptake in our society. So when we see, definitely when people are working and trying to make it more acceptable to our women, we're very glad. One of these things that we're going to be discussing today really is about the added advantage that, should I say Avibella? Okay, let me just say hormonal intrauterine contraceptive device brings to the table for our women. The only drawback may actually be that it may look like a surgical procedure, of which, as the ministry said, when we intensify with the training we give our health workers, it could indeed increase the acceptability to our women. So we are all working together. So thank you for having us here. And definitely our message will go back to our colleagues that would tend to want to promote more of this uptick. I will say Avibella quietly, but I mean hormonal contraceptive device. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause for her. Avibella, since she didn't want to mention it, Avibella, expanding choice, improving lives. Sorry, I'm a rebel, so there's no way you'll be doing such work on social media and I would not talk about it. Because beyond the work that goes on in the clinic, there's a lot of work that has to be done outside of the clinic. I call it beyond the white box. And DKT Nigeria is, DKT Nigeria, what they do is improving lives through social marketing. So DKT Nigeria, put your eyes on Dupsy, the gynecologist. A round of applause for her, please. All right. Avibella. Okay, so we'll be going straight to the keynote speaker. Are you excited to hear that? Are you excited to hear that? All right, so I don't want to talk too much because I'm sure he's going to have a lot of things to say. And on the keynote, we'll just be exploring the future of hormonal IUCDs in Nigeria. The title is, I'll let him talk about it. And our keynote speaker is Professor A.A. Oluwole, Chairman, Medical Advisory Committee, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Professor Oluwole is a respected leader. Keep clapping, please. Professor Oluwole is a respected leader in clinical practice, healthcare management, and reproductive health advocacy. You can see a summary of his impressive bio on the screen, because if I keep talking, I will not stop. So a round of applause for the delectable Professor A.A. Oluwole. A round of applause, please. Yes, now you're delectable. Look at that smile.
I don't know about delectable, but I know that I'm young, free, and single, ready to mingle. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, let me thank the management of DKT International Nigeria. I'll sign an existing protocol, but I must recognize a few people here. There's a friend of mine here, HOD, ONG, Alabisa Nabanjo University, Dr. Jagun. He's an old friend of mine, a colleague of mine. And my sister that I just spoke, secretary of the Sogon. I'm happy you guys are keeping the flag flying. I was secretary donkey years ago. And thank you for the work you do in Dubai. And Dr. Adela here too. When I came here, I haven't seen her. Last time I saw her was when I delivered your last baby. I mean, we're in the university now. It's a good thing. So thank you very much for inviting me to speak to this topic, expanding choice, improving outcomes, the future of hormonal intervention devices in Nigeria. My name is Avibella, like they said earlier. While the lady from DKT was talking, I looked at your vision. And what came to my mind was a lady I saw in 2005 or 6, I can't remember now. I was in the clinic, and my senior reg brought her to me, out of shock. And said, Oga, you need to see this woman. I said, why? It was the first time. I said, Oga, this one's not the first time. So she sat down. That woman was gravida 14, para 0 plus 13. And I said, it's not possible. There's no way a woman will do abortion 13 times in this country. So I sat her down. She's educated. And I said, Madam, you mean you've been pregnant 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13 times? She said, yes. I said, no, you're not sure what you're saying. She said, Doctor, I'm not an illiterate. I've been pregnant 30 times and I did abortion 13 times. So when I saw the vision, bringing wanted children, that one just came to my mind now. And I said, wow, that's true. She didn't want them, but at that point in time, in 2005, she didn't have choices. Because I asked her why. She said she wasn't comfortable using IUCD. She wasn't comfortable using condoms. Her partner was not comfortable using condoms. So I said, but you were comfortable doing MVA. And what struck me then was the mercy and grace of God. Because for gynecologist in the house, a woman can do abortion once, and that's the end of her procreative career. This is the woman that did abortion 13 times. And when she now got married to this same man, she got pregnant. I came to register for antenatal. So that's the beauty and the mystery of God. So without much ado, I'll speak on, This is my outline. What is a contraceptive? I like to keep it simple. I want to because there are doctors in the house. I try to keep it simple. Nigerians are made for contraception, limitation of the current method mix, what are hormonal intervention devices, where hormonal IUDs fit in, and the future of hormonal IUDs in Nigeria. I think this is where Avibella comes in. It's a game changer, as you'll find out soon. What is a contraceptive? We all know. It's a method used to prevent pregnancy, or methods, okay? And whether we like it or not, it's been part of human nature not to want to have a pregnancy, all right? And there are different types, as you can see on the right, but let me show you the next one. We have the condom, we have the combined OCPs, you have the vaginal ring, the diaphragm, or vaginal condoms, you have the contraceptive injections, progesterone pills, the hormonal intervention devices, the implants, and the popular copper T IUCD, which is so popular many years ago. And it's still used in some places, and I will tell you as I go on. Sorry. Media. I think it's stuck. Media. Okay, good. So, contraceptive use in Nigeria remains low, like we heard earlier on, with a prevalence of about 20%, and that's quite worrisome, considering the population of Nigeria. And while the awareness of family planning is high, barriers like cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, fear of side effects, patriarchal norms, partner position, cost, availability, these are all barriers to accessing contraception. So hormonal methods like pills, injections, implants, that most widely used in this environment, and this diagram tells you what is happening in Nigeria currently now. 20% are not using any form of contraception. 90% face unmet contraceptive needs in the women population. And the government goal is to at least achieve 36% user rate. Now, the danger, exactly what I said in my opening statement, when women don't have access to contraception, you have a lot of unwanted pregnancies. I'm sure there's hardly any gynecologist that also has not treated complications of abortion. We see it a lot. A lot of lives have been lost. A lot of innocent lives, young girls have been lost because they couldn't have access to simple methods that would have saved their lives today. So roughly about 6.8 million unwanted pregnancies take place in Nigeria every year. And And I'm sure this is not the correct figure. It's probably worse than this. But because we have to be scientific, we can only give you scientific figures. So Nigerian women who are wealthy, well-educated, who live in urban areas, are likely to use contraceptions rather than women in the rural areas. I will show you this map. This fertility in Nigeria by state. If you look, just divide this map into two, upper part and lower part. It says a lot. 2 weeks ago, I took a flight, myself and my team. I'm also the faculty chairman, Faculty of ONG, National Postgraduate College. I go around Nigeria to accredit federal, state, private, military, and missionary hospitals for Nigeria. We're having our Senate meeting this week, so I had to run up a couple of accreditations 2 weeks ago. We took a flight to Kano, and we were escorted with military escort from Kano to Damaturu, to Jigawa and Bauchi, to accredit Yobe State University Hospital. What my eyes saw, because I've been to all the states in Nigeria except Zamfara and Taraba. I've been everywhere in this country to accredit hospitals for training or postgraduate programs. What I saw between Kano and Damaturu was an eye-opener. You see a lot of, I don't want to say unwanted children, Al-Majiri thing. It's just, for every park where we stopped to use the restroom, they will bombard you. And I asked the guide, who are these children? Don't they have parents? They say, okay, that's where they are up here. So if you look at this map very well, you can see that they have a higher fertility rate up north. Down south, you can look at this picture. Then compare this to the next map. This is a map of Nigeria showing contraception used by region. You can see where they are giving birth to more children. That's why they're not even using contraception. That's where DKT needs to go now. I think DKT should open a liaison office in Zamfara. No, you should act. No. The one you're in Lagos should be in Upnet. You know what I'm talking about, but okay, it's okay. You have to look at the security issues also, but that is where you need to target, please, DKT. You're doing very well. I've known DKT since they came to Nigeria and worked with them, so that is where you need to target. That is where you're going to be more impact, because as you see, as we go on later. So you can see down south, there's more uptake of contraceptive methods down south than where we don't even really need it. But be that as it may. All right, let's also look at this. There's a difference between contraception and modern contraceptions. Now, this map tells you about modern contraception use among currently married women in Nigeria. Look at where it is still. Even down south, there are still areas where we don't have accessibility for so many other reasons I will talk about later in this lecture. So, what are the drivers of unmet needs of contraception in Nigeria? This is where the bottleneck problems are. Supply chain bottlenecks. And this is the beauty of DKT. That's where they're trying to come in. We have international donors. We have out-of-stock issues. Supply chains have been bottled up. This is one of the things that DKT alone cannot serve the whole of Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. This is a large country. So government, private, missionary, we're all involved, and we all have to be up and doing. Fear of side effects. I was in Bauchi 4 years ago, Avibella Avibella Teaching Hospital. And fortunately for them, they have the highest delivery rate in Nigeria. Ask anybody who's been in Bauchi. That hospital, Avibella Avibella has the highest delivery rate in Nigeria. They deliver like 8,000 to 10,000 women per year. I've never seen that in anywhere in this country. It's amazing, even with the security issues there. And I saw a young doctor who was 3 months into residency. And by that time, she had done 90. Someone who just had residency. 3 months, I'd done 90 cesarean sections. I didn't believe that when they were okay, and we verified. 90. So anytime I go around, I tell residents, look, there's a young lady I saw in Bauchi. When you both finish, you're not on the same level, skills-wise. This is somebody who, after 6 years of residency, she's seen it all, she's done it all. Her skills are at Jermaine, she's on a different level. If at 3 months into a program, some residents who become consultant have not even done 90 cesarean sections. And this is a young lady who has done 90 within 3 months. Short, small, Fulani girl like that. Why? Because they're just delivering. anyhow there. So it's a major issue there. So cultural and religious beliefs also, there's nothing you can do about that, but you have to improve education. That's why education comes in. We need to educate our people. Up north, they run a patriarchal system. Very important, and some religions too. I don't want to mention religions, speak against this. So, but we know that religious, cultural beliefs also hinder accessibility to these products. Myths and misconceptions. A lot of false narratives have been spun all over in the past few years. Contraception called sterility for you, but it cause cancer, all sorts have been spun by mischievous, in quote, people and misconceptions. Urban versus rural disparities. For rural disparities, it's very obvious. Lack of accessibility to skilled workers, to products, to health information, low education status, all this will affect them. For urban area, not much problem. The only problem with urban area is probably availability of cost or insurance issues. I think in urban area, because of the high level of education, they can afford more of this. But you'll be surprised, even if, like I showed you in the last map, even in some urban areas, the uptake is still a bit low. Now, Nigeria's population growth versus family planning coverage. This is the crux of the matter. We have an alarming population in Africa, the giant of Africa. I'm not sure our population is still 200 million. I won't be surprised if we're like 280, 300 million. But we'll still say 200 million, just probably to console ourselves. This is something that we need to look at. So if you have an annual population growth rate of 2.5%, and you have a 15% mother conception prevalence rate, that's not adding at all. There's a communication gap. So DKT, SOGON, HPMP government, we all need to sit up and fill this gap. And you can see why from the first map I showed you. There are a lot of uncovered areas up north. So the method mix, that's the other masquerade in the room. And this is just refers to variety of birth control options available to a population or an individual. Combining two methods, all right, like long-acting contraceptive device and a condom, is called dual protection. And the most important thing is you want to achieve contraception and you also want to prevent STI, sexually transmitted infections. So it's actually encouraged that you can do dual protection. It's a safe and effective strategy, typically involving pairing a highly reliable primary method with a backup method. And this is a diagram to show you how we did both the overt and the coverage in Nigeria. I'm trying to get the pointer. I don't think the pointer is working. All right, but you can see, you have the other traditional methods, withdrawal, rhythm, other modern ones, lactational amenorrhea, female sterilization, male condoms, intrauterine devices, emergency contraception, implants, injectables, and pills. So what are the limitations of this current method mix? One, method skew. Unfortunately, if you have one or two options available in a society, you are limited, just like you're in this room now. And the case is, okay, fine, let's go and have lunch. And at the lunch table, you have only jollof rice. Have you given options? But if you want to give me an option for rice, put jollof rice, put fried rice, put ofada rice, put Chinese rice, put Chinese noodles, put coconut rice, God bless you. You know, all the varieties. So that's the problem. So you can have a method skew, and you only have two options available to you. That also affects uptake. Because what you may like, I may not like. And that's one of the things we need to look at. Supply chain and access, the major problem. I think the kid is trying to fill in that gap. Accessibility from international donors, agents. Provider bias and stigma. This is another major one that we need to look at, as specialists. Some trained health workers have a bias. That can be influenced by availability, by social and cultural and religious beliefs. For instance, if I'm a Catholic now, and I want to practice, I would rather encourage you to do rhythm method. It means I'm already biased. I'm not even educating you on the options you have, or you could have. So that's a problem when you have provider bias and stigma. Of course, if you stigma to some, these are all myths and misconceptions about contraception. Sorry. I think I jumped. Okay, I think I jumped. Sorry. Can you? Sorry, can we go back? Sorry, who's controlling the? No, not here. Yes. No, okay, fine. Thank you. So SCF vulnerability, yes, and that's where the dual protection comes in. You have a method you're using, and you back up with the barrier method with condom, other of male condom, female condom. But believe you me, they're not easy. It's not easy to force somebody to use a male condom. I've seen men that say I'm sorry, I can't use condom, and I tell them the reason why they need to. And but unfortunately, there's nothing much you can do because you don't want to scatter the marriage unless you're ready to take the man into your house. Side effect intolerance. A lot of beliefs. Weight gain, abnormal uterine bleeding, mood swings. These are all things that can discourage people from taking up contraceptive methods. Compliance and adherence. Yes, another major thing. And that's why this short-term effective, even taking daily pills are very effective, injectables are effective, but these are dependent on human nature. Your ability to remember that you take your pills daily, you're able to remember that you take the next injection in 2 or 3 months, but be that as it may, that's not 100% effective because the hustle and bustle of Lagos or Nigeria now may make you forget you're taking your pills daily or your injections every 2 or 3 months. Adherence also can be affected by this. So what are hormonal IUDs? That's where the cocoa of the matter is now. Hormonal condoms are birth control methods that use synthetic estrogen and progestogens or a combination of both to prevent pregnancy. And a hormonal injection device is a small tube-shaped plastic device inserted into the uterus to provide highly effective, long-acting, and reversible contraception. It's a highly effective method, very effective, and of course, for both contraceptive benefit and non-contraceptive benefits. And that's just a typical example of what it is. Your hormonal IUCDs, you have it inserted into the uterine cavity. And like the secretary said, the major drawback is it's a bit invasive, in quote. The woman has to come into the clinic and it has been inserted into her. And that's one of the things that can be easily overcome by proper education. We know the contraceptive benefits quickly. Taking cervical mucus, preventing sperm from going into the uterine cavity, thins the endometrium, preventing implantation, and also inhibits totally or partially ovulation. These are the basic components of the hormonal IUCDs. Now, this is one of the other benefits, the non-contraceptive benefits. And this is where we encourage a lot of women now to look into, and a lot of our consultants or care providers. The major thing is it reduces menstrual bleeding. If you have any woman who has an abnormal uterine bleeding, this would work very well for them. And I have quite a few patients that are now on hormonal IUDs, and they're so happy. And that saves you from doing an invasive procedure called hysterectomy, trying to remove the uterus. You don't have to. Unless there are specific gynecological indications for removing the uterus, it's best to put in an hormonal IUD if there are no contraindications. Pain relief, of course, for dysmenorrhea, and especially for endometriosis. It's beautiful, quite wonderful. Endometrial protection, of course. Sometimes, for gynecological reasons, some women remove their uteruses and they need what's called a hard back therapy. Hormonal IUDs will be very good for you if you're managing like endometrium and you do HRT. All right? Anemia, of course, you prevent blood loss, you improve hemoglobin. Simple. It's a simple logic. It's a direct proportional logic of it. So what about the usage of hormonal IUDs in Nigeria? Way back, IUCDs were the common things, copper T. If I write now in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been chairman going around Nigeria, hormonal IUDs and implants have overtaken copper T IUCDs. And we ask them why. Oh, they tell us it is for them, it's a long-term thing, it's a set and forget thing. And that is quite encouraging. Even up north, they're taking more of hormonals than IUCDs. And that's quite encouraging when we go around, because when we go for our accreditation, we have a whole page on family planning, where we check everything, because you can't be a gynecologist and not be conversant with family planning method. So it's important. Now, in 2013, fewer than 2% of married women were using implants or IUDs, which includes 24% in 2018. By 2018, with 80% now using implants and 6% using IUDs. So the federal government has prioritized family planning as a core program under the Essential Package of Healthcare Services National Strategic Health Development Plan 2. And that is where government comes in, and that is beautiful. And I think Lagos State has keyed into it. Thank you, Dr. Adelaya, and your group for the work you're doing in Lagos State, because I know you partner so good. So family planning strategies are shifting from increasing the uptake of contraception among non-users to now increasing the uptake of the most effective modern method. Get that? I'll repeat that again. It's not about you now being encouraged to use contraception now. It's about you now being encouraged to use it more effective so that your discontinuation rate will go down from fear of side effects. So we now more most effective methods among users of less effective methods, okay? And Federal Ministry of Health is committed to increasing access to this by making them readily available in public health facilities. Of course, most federal, state, missionary, military officers get their commodities from government at very low or no price at all. So, hormonal IUDs solve a key contraceptive challenge in Nigeria by providing a highly effective, long-acting, and reversible set and forget method. That's the beauty of it. Once you insert your IUD, hormonal IUD, for the next 8 years, you're fine. All you need to worry about is after 8 years, come back and reset another one. Just like the benefit of the old IUD they used to give us, 10 years. You can, by the time you do IUD for 10, 20, 30 years, 3 times, you're with menopause. And that's the beauty of the hormonal IUD now. So they bypass the need for daily pill adherence, which of course you can miss, all right? And they have a built-in non-contraceptive benefit. So you can see the beauty of what they are trying to launch today in hormonal IUD. It's not only about the contraceptive benefits, also the non-contraceptive benefits come at a very good price. All right? So under Nigeria's National Family Planning Policy, modern treatment methods are typically offered free of charge in public health facilities. In private facilities, they're not very expensive. So thank you, DKT. All my family, all my family patients that I treat, I get my family planning method from DKT because the prices are very reasonable. So I'm not marketing DKT, I'm just saying the truth. So the future of hormonal IUDs in Nigeria, one, there's a growing demand for hormonal IUDs, no doubt about that. The more the awareness, the more the demand, all right? And it will start with the medical advantages. For most caregivers, it's not only about the contraceptive method, it's also about the added advantages. Now, this localized release of progestin minimizes systemic side effects of what will have gotten in other implants or pills or injectables. And women who choose hormonal IUDs, the most important thing, they have a high continuation and satisfaction rates. And that's the beauty, the catch in the hormonal IUDs. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, this short lecture of mine, contraceptive use in Nigeria is low, for obvious reasons. So many uses that we advocated. Nigeria's unmet need for contraception affects approximately 1 in 5 women of reproductive age. Hormonal contraceptives are birth control methods that use synthetic estrogen or progestins, or a combination of both. The growing demand for hormonal IUDs isn't just about pregnancy prevention. It is tied to their medical advantages. Avibella, welcome to Nigeria. It's a long-acting, reversible, hormone-releasing IUD. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause, a round of applause, a round of applause for him. I hope with these few, Prof, I was expecting you to end like this. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you, and not to confuse you, that Avibella is the future of hormonal IUCDs in Nigeria. Please, a round of applause for Avibella. And when I say Avibella, you say... When I say Avibella, you say... So if I'm not doing all of the things I am doing outside of the white box, I would have been an ORG specialist. But I'm not an ORG specialist. But still, I do a lot of public sexual and reproductive health advocacy, and that's why I appreciate the work that someone else in this room is doing. Dr. Abosede Lewu, she's the CMD of ORB Clinics. So, DKT Nigeria, your eyes on soft life gynae. She uses social media. So she's a CMD of a clinic. She takes care of women in the clinic, but also she's on social media setting ring lights and teaching. And that is what DKT preaches, social marketing. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Lewu Adwosede. Thank you very much. All right. So if you're like me, you're wondering, the church of Shodom did too much. The talk, yes, great talk, it's all fancy and all of that. But where is the real thing, right? Are you ready for the unveiling of Avibella hormonal IUD? No, you're not ready. You start afresh. Are you ready for the unveiling of Avibella? Are you ready for the unveiling of Avibella? Okay, so we're just going to invite somebody, or the entire team, right? But we're going to be having Mr. Paul Ade to come and do the official unveiling. Please, a round of applause. You look very dapper, mister. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Paul Ade. No, the energy is getting low. Please, a round of applause for this delectable young man. Are you going? Yeah. Okay, for this delectable young man to kickstart the reason why we are here, actually. Right? Okay, please, do the honors. Okay. Make us proud. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy. Before unveiling the video, I have a little short word before unveiling the video. I bring you greetings from my managing director, Ms. Lauren Archer. So, like she said, I work for DKT Woman Care Global, and it's good for you to know where we play in the entire space. So, DKT Woman Care Global is part of the DKT International Group. So, we work on the upper stream of the distribution chain. So, like Professor Luole was saying, when he mentioned supply chain gaps when it comes to access to contraceptive use, that's where we actually play. So we don't just support country programs, we also support other NGOs, implementing partners that are willing to get commodities for implementation. Like they say in this space, without products, there's no program. So it's good to know that. Then a little more thing I want to say here. So for woman care, in the last 3 years, we've been partnering with DKT Nigeria and the Federal Ministry of Health and several states' Ministry of Health, including Lagos State. In the last 3 years, we've been able to train over 1,200 healthcare professionals across 24 states of Nigeria, mostly on Levoplant implants, and then also on hormonal IUD, even though we didn't have our hormonal IUD in Nigeria. So good that we're introducing Avibella today. And it's also good to note the critical role of the private sector when it comes to contraceptive use in Nigeria. A research has shown that most women in Nigeria actually access contraception in the private sector, over 60%. So this shows you how important it is for the private sector to have this option. So today we're unveiling Avibella, mostly for the private sector. I'm happy today that we have a lot of our partners here, from stakeholders, from government, to implementing partners, to private clinics and our partner clinics here. Thank you very much for being here. Moving on, it will be my pleasure to actually show you the video, just for you to see how it will work. We'll show you the video. After the video, I'll be inviting some certain people to come for the official unveiling of Avibella. So on behalf of DKT Woman Care, I'd like to express my heartfelt appreciation for everybody for being here, for partnering with us. Several people, there are several people that are here. That I'm happy they are here. Like I was mentioning to Dr. Helen earlier today, 3 years ago, we had this discussion of getting Avibella into Nigeria. And I'm happy that after 3 years, we're finally launching Avibella. Let's look at the video. Media.
Every day across Nigeria, millions of women make decisions about their future, their careers, their families, their health. And every day, healthcare providers help guide those decisions. But despite progress in family planning, many women still struggle with options that do not fit naturally into their lifestyles. From the busy career woman trying to keep up with the daily routine of her method, to the mother who must make frequent hospital visits for renewals. Many women are looking for contraception that is not only effective, but also convenient, low maintenance, and compatible with their everyday lives. What if contraception could offer more? Introducing Avibella, a modern hormone-releasing intrauterine system designed for women seeking highly effective, long-acting, and reversible contraception. Avibella is over 99% effective at preventing pregnancy for up to 8 years, while also treating heavy menstrual bleeding for up to 5 years, with studies showing improvement in heavy menstrual bleeding in up to 80% of women. Avibella is fully reversible, with studies demonstrating a 99.8% return of menses and 83.2% of women conceiving within 12 months after removal. For women seeking effective contraception without compromising their future fertility, Avibella offers a modern option designed to fit their lives. Avibella is supported by Phase 3 clinical trials and is WHO pre-qualified. Trusted by thousands of women across 88 countries, including Nigeria, Avibella is helping women live healthier, more confident lives. For providers, Avibella represents more than innovation. It represents expanded contraceptive choice, more individualized care, and a modern approach to women's reproductive health care in Nigeria. Avibella, expanding choice, improving lives. Now available at clinics and pharmacies nationwide. Talk to your healthcare provider for more information or visit www.avibella.com.
I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable. Avibella, Bella, Bella, Bella. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. DJ, are you there? Ladies and gentlemen, Avibella. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Hold on, DJ, hold on. Okay. Now, we're going to do this one together. Everybody in the hall. I was wondering why everybody in the hall would have raised the whole carton. So I would just join. Unstoppable. Everybody's unstoppable. But maybe we'll work on that. DJ, are you ready? Let's drop it. If you know that Avibella is a product that is here to stay, you're going to do this one with me. 1, 2, say, I swear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Avibella is a product that launched everybody, and the product so nice. Oh, you see that we're doing this song. We can do it here today. Oh, I swear, everybody in the building, see the people wearing white over there, though. Everybody looking beautiful in here. Everybody see my sister crystal clear, though. Listen, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. Hey, I swear, but the voice I cannot hear, can't hear. I swear, I swear. Let me hear if you believe Avibella this year. Everybody, if you know that you will blow and your money is here and it's really going to show. Everybody, if your mouth is working, then open your mouth. Let us say this word. Avibella don't drop the product. You can see they are getting their reward right now. I swear you are recording me and rewarding me, Avibella me. I swear they were seeing you, you were sitting down and you were doing too. Jesus, I swear, Avibella, we go take on this year. Hey, by a medical health care, somebody trained, you can do it over there. Mommy, looking beautiful in black, the way you just chill, you sit down and relax. And my mommy in brown, at the front, somebody is there this time around. Listen, Avibella is a brand. Let me go to the back. Let us check them there. Everybody in the hall right now, if I know here, I swear, I will flog them there. Listen, I swear, I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear. Hey, I swear, I swear. Avibella, they care, they care. Avibella in the building, everybody, GKT, they brought all this lunch, oh, I swear. Hey, and I like this, hey, it is working because my brother, they did there. Hey, Avibella, hey, Avibella in the building, they can see it. Everybody, oh, now, IUD, oh. Hey, oh, Jesus, oh, hey. Everybody say Avibella. Say Avibella. Say IUD. Say IUD. Hey. Hey, Hey, Diketi. Hey, Diketi. Diketi. Avibella, they must to envy me. Hey, you can dance, you can move. I didn't know you can do all the things that you do. Hey, and my brother got the beers. Any girl that sees him, she will love him over here. If I take Avibella, my brother, I'll dance well. Oh. Hey, you see the daughter, oh, Avibella, I got okay, let's get near. Oh. Cameraman just they snap it here. Avibella said it's crystal clear. Oh. Hey, the way she did it, she couldn't move to the back. Just do what I said. Hey. Avibella didn't come here to play. Hey, they know. We don't blow, we don't need promo. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Has it been a wonderful day? Has it been an impactful day?
Okay. Wow. I love the energy that I saw at the people. You see, ladies and gentlemen, if you know you love the energy that came from that back, can you make some noise for those ladies at the front? Those guys. Everybody, can we say DKT? The way you are calling DKT, when you finally own your own company, people are going to call your company's name too. Say A, say O, say D, K, T. See, mommy even went down with me. Chineke. Mommy was going down with me to say, where are you going? I'll follow you. So, man, I love the energy. The energy is massive. Avibella productive. And how much does a pack go for? How much does a pack go for? How much is a pack? So that I can is it for me? So men will just say, I'll take one in the morning, then in the evening now. The men, he's coming. Give a round of applause for those for the male. Men, we don't need to get pregnant no more. We are finally.
Don't tell me her name.
Okay, we don't need to get pregnant. If the men were getting pregnant, sex is just reduce.
Yes,
because the sex just dropped to 0%. When your wife go to push you, come here. Say, hold on, I'm busy. I'm washing car. I want to see Dr. Mike. No, he's not feeling fine. You will see errand around the house that the men want to go. Honey, come on now. Come on, you know you're supposed to be pregnant. Honey, I'm busy. I'm busy here. Inspector just called me. So I want to go there. Cheating rate will just drop. If the men were getting pregnant, they sleep with women, they don't want to get pregnant. They'll say, see, the way you're touching me, I don't think I like it. Just eat what you want to eat and let's go. So shout out to Avibella. Avibella, please, my company is MD Empire Promotion. My name is Mbata Dozie Emmanuel. All those adverts they will short. If I let me do the Avibella advert now so that they will know that. Please, if you guys support me for brand influencer, make some noise. You don't want me to join the... Will I die? The people broke... I've suffered for this company now. I'm going through a lot now.
Igbo boys, please go and sit down. All right, a round of applause for Dizzy Mbata. Okay, so we can keep talking, but if we don't hear real life stories, then what are we talking about, right? Right? Okay, yes, so data and clinical evidences are essential. However, provider experiences and patient journey often reveal how healthcare innovations truly impact lives. So I'll be inviting Mrs. Husseina Dada, the project manager for LARC, PAC, DKT International Nigeria. Please, a round of applause for her as she comes to tell us the human side of the wonders of Avibella. Please, a round of applause for the beautiful, beautiful Mrs. Husseina Dada. You're welcome. I like your dimple.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. Still standing on the existing protocol. My name is Husseina Dada, the product manager for LAC. I'm back, that was what she was spelling me. ALC, PAC. Today I'll be taking us through the clinical presentation of the product Avibella. Avibella, it's a 52 milligram LNG releasing IUS. It is indicated for pregnancy prevention for 8 years, and also it is used for HIV treatment for 5 years. Avibella this is a frame of Avibella. It's a T-frame comprising of a plastic frame. The frame is made of plastic. It measures 32 milligram by 32 milligram. There is a reservoir where the hormones are. And there is also a membrane where this hormones is being released every day when inserted into the uterus. Avibella is available in two-handed and single-handed, but in Nigeria we introduced the double-handed insertion kind of Avibella product. So today on the screen you're looking at the double-handed, not the single-handed. So I will be taking us through the clinical, from the the video, the unveiling video, we mentioned that there is a clinical trial, 3 phases clinical trial that was done for Avibella. So today I'll be taking us through these trials. As has shown that one of the study was an open label study where we have different kind of people in this study. We had 1,751 women in the study. These participants, this trial was done for 8 years. We had different kind of females in the study. It was done in the US and it was sponsored by Medicine 360. The broad patient population, as we can see, we had 78.4% of white women, 13.3% of black women, 3.9% of Asian women, and others 4.4%. And also in the study, we had nulliparous women. During all the studies of hormonal IUD, there was no time they had nulliparous women in the studies, but for Avibella study, nulliparous women were included. Contraceptive efficacy is up to 8 years, as I've mentioned. So during the first year of insertion of Avibella, 99.85% of women who they inserted Avibella for experienced efficacy for 99.8%. That is the first year. Then through the 8 years, as I've mentioned, is 8 years, the efficacy still remains at 98.63%. That's to tell you, Avibella, even after 8 years, still remain over 99%, over 90% effective. Return to menstrual cycle and also pregnancy rate. So as we mentioned, it's highly reversible. Once removed, it is reversible. We can see that out of this number of women that this study was carried on with, 99.8% of these women experienced return of menses within the first few months of removal of Avibella, while 83.2% conceived within 12 months. Please, if you want to clap, because that's a nice thing. Now, the study of HMB, we saw that spotting and bleeding decreases over time. Days of spotting, we can see day 1 to 28 on treatment of Avibella. 1,999 women were also in the study, and they experienced drastic blood reduction during the study. The ACCESS study demonstrated that menstrual spotting and bleeding decreased over time with the use of hormonal IUD. The average number of spotting-only days per cycle decreased from approximately 9 days to approximately 2 days. And the average number of bleeding-only days per cycle decreased from approximately 6 days to approximately a day. Please, can we clap for this? Thank you, DJ. Amenorrhea rates increased over time. So a lot of women who are on Avibella experience no bleeding at all. For me, I don't know for other women, I wouldn't mind every day without a period, because period days are something you don't want to say you want to experience for a long time. When you speak to a woman who has gone through a long period of excessive bleeding, she will tell you it's not fun at all. So this is the rate. The first year, 1,448 women experienced 19% amenorrhea. Now, through the 8 years, 39% of women experienced amenorrhea. The ACCESS study demonstrated that amenorrhea rate, defined as the absence of menstrual or spotting or bleeding, increased over time with the use of hormonal IUD. You can see from the map, it increases from 19%. By the time the first year Avibella is inserted, just 19% of decrease of spotting. Then through the 8th year, you can see it increased to 39%. That's to tell you Avibella keeps working to the point of the last day you are removing the product. Now, we have a study also That is the common adverse reaction. You know, as they say, there is nothing that have advantage that might not have disadvantage. Yeah, in medicine, we believe that. So these are some of the adverse reaction that was observed. Vulvovaginal mycotic infection, 20.2% of women who underwent the study experienced this. But I will also want to mention that all of this, there was no clear indication that states that this happens because Avibella was inserted. Now, we want to dispel common myths and misconceptions. 58% of the access of IUS trial participants were nulliparous, as I mentioned, and 25% were obese. You know that hormones affect women with obesity, but in Avibella, women that are obese did not experience any adverse reaction more than those that are not obese. So it was basically the same thing they were saying. So a woman who is obese can also use Avibella. HMB study. HMB study sponsored by Medicine 360, as I mentioned, was an open-label, multi-center trial conducted at 29 USA Study Center with 105 participants. The primary outcome was the proportion of participants with successful treatment, defined as the end of treatment menstrual blood loss of less than 80 millimeters and end of treatment menstrual blood loss of 50% or less than the baseline. Secondary outcomes include the absolute and absent change from the baseline menstrual blood loss to the mid-treatment and end treatment menstrual blood loss. And the number of days of bleeding and spotting was also captured. While I'm reading this point, please, I want you to keep looking at the graphs, because the graphs is telling you exactly what happened during the study. So now we have 64.8 women in the study, white women, black women 23.8, nobody was left out. We also have 11.4% of other kind of women, including Hispanic women. HMB study had a broad patient population. The participant age ranged from age 18 to 50 years old, and the median age in the safety population was 37 to 24% of participants were black, while 10% identified as Hispanic. There was no BMI limit to the study, meaning even obese women were included in the study. Study also shows that Avibella is highly effective treatment for HMB. The mid-study cycle 3, we saw 84% response rate, while the end of study cycle 6, the value of response rate was not really captured, but this was what we saw during the mid-study. The US HMB study demonstrated that Avibella is a highly effective treatment for heavy menstrual bleeding. 84% of the participants had successful treatment, and over 8% has successful treatment after 6 months. So for some women, they see immediate treatment, while others, it takes a little bit of time. Maybe by 3 months or 6 months, you begin to see the effect of Avibella. Treatment success was defined as an end of study menstrual blood volume of less than 80 millimeters. Proven reduction in menstrual blood loss. As we can see, the first mid-cycle, 91% reduction, end of study, 96% reduction. So overall, during the study, 96% of women saw reduction in heavy menstrual bleeding. This slide also shows us the quantitative reduction in median and mean menstrual blood loss volume from baseline to mid-study and to the end of the study, as summarized on the last slide. Rates of spotting and bleeding days is also shown here. Baseline shows that 87 of these women experienced serious, drastic reduction of blood loss. HMB study demonstrated that the menstrual bleeding increased with use of Avibella. Avibella number of bleeding only days per cycle decreases from approximately 5 days to approximately 2 days. Okay, Avibella Avibella HMV indication is also supported by the data and from clinical trial conducted in Eastern Europe. So the study was not just done alone in the US, it was also done in Eastern Europe. I would like to show the insertion technique for Avibella. Insertion technique, please. Insertion technique, please. Yes, it's a video. Media. Okay. So, I think this is the end of the slide. I also want to mention that unlike other hormonal IUDs, Avibella has a shelf life of 5 years. So you don't have to be scared stocking Avibella because it's not going to expire on you. And also, unlike other hormonal IUDs, only Avibella has the indication for treatment of menstrual bleeding. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause. We're seeing numbers, we're seeing impact, we're seeing real stories, we're seeing real impact of Avibella. Please, a round of applause as we await more testimonials. But before the next...
So, please.
Avibella has a lot to see.
Yeah, sorry. So there will be a live demonstration, insertion demonstration video by the booth. So during interaction session, you can go towards the booth to see these videos. Thank you.
Please, a round of applause. All right, thank you very much. So before we move into the next segment, I would like us to take a moment to specially recognize a woman who has continued to demonstrate leadership, commitment, and an unwavering dedication to strengthening healthcare delivery in Lagos State. We have Dr. Kemi Ogunyemi, the Special Advisor on Health to the Lagos State Governor. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Kemi Ogunyemi. Thank you very much, Ma, for attending events like this. I have anchored a lot of events, and you're always there. Do you remember me? My fine face, my pretty smile. So she's always there when she's called upon. And the governor cannot be everywhere. They have their representatives, and that's the point of appointments. You have people who do the work and show up where they need to be. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Kemi Ogunyemi and for the Lagos State. Okay. Please, I'd like to hear your voice. Would like to hear something you have to say. Goodwill messages or words of encouragement, whatever it is you have to say. Please, a round of applause for her. You look sharp, as always.
Thank you. I'll keep it short. Good afternoon, everybody, and I'll stand on the existing protocol that was established when I wasn't here. I'm sorry to be coming almost 2 hours after the start time, but as you all know, this is Lagos. We have a lot of work to do, especially in Ministry of Health. But I'm always glad to be here, especially when it concerns women's health and fertility and women's reproductive issues. And I want to say a big kudos to DKT for this new product. I think this is the first one that will actually have 2 actions in terms of not only preventing pregnancy, but also preventing heavy menstrual flow. And also the fact that, I like it, the fact that it's not systemic. It only works, it's placed in the uterus and delivers the hormones as needed, thickens the uterine line. I have read up about it, in case you didn't notice. And also because, like I said, it's not systemic, so it's something that can be removed. And I believe it can be placed in for about 8 years or so. Yeah, okay, good. So, and it's affordable, accessible. That's the key thing.
But now we really have to let women know it exists. It's usually one of those things that people haven't heard about it, they don't know the difference. If you keep on saying IUD, everybody thinks of the copper T and all that, and it's still the same old, same old. So when we're media in terms of letting people know about it, it's very, very important that we let them know the real facts about it and how good it is for women. So this is a plus. Well done, congratulations, keep it up. We like things like this in health. We like things like this. It's just promoting women's health is all part of it. And I always say that even preventing contraception and actually pushing family planning actually helps us to reduce mortality rates as well in our women, which is not where we want it right now, but we're working very hard, and it's something that is dear to my heart. So congratulations, well done, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, ma, I want a handshake. I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm still like 18 years. Thank you very much for the work that you do in healthcare. Please, a round of applause for her. We want more appointees to show up in places like this, because when you go back, you can, make valuable impact, valuable contribution to your principal's work. So a round of applause for her again. And a round of applause for everybody that has been here from morning till this time, in no particular order. The doctors here, the partners here, everybody that has been here, you are all our esteemed guests. Beautiful, engaging, and you have been here all the way, because we're doing something great here, and you believe in the work that we are doing at DKT International Nigeria and Avibella, the future of hormonal IUD in Nigeria and in the world. A round of applause for Avibella. All right, so we'll go ahead with our testimonials again, talking about impact numbers and real life stories and how it impacts women's health. So we'll be having Mr. Valentine E. Ehizemoji. I'm sorry, I'm Igbo, and I murdered your name. So Mr. Valentine, forgive me, the National Hospital Sales Manager at DKT International Nigeria. Is the criteria at DKT beautiful and handsome people who look very sharp and eager to work? Please, a round of applause for the delectable Mr. Valentine E. A round of applause, please. Please give us a smile, the DKT smile, the Avibella smile. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to stand on existing protocols. Let me start this way. I would like to state in unequivocal terms that one of the cardinal objectives of DKT International Nigeria is to help shape a world where every child is truly wanted, where every pregnancy is planned, and where every mother has the right support that she needs to thrive. Having said that, it is also imperative to note that every program implementation succeeds with product or commodity availability. And as is rightly said in this space, that no commodities, no program. And that is where DKT Nigeria comes in. So I'll be talking about how we can ensure every eligible woman in Nigeria can access this innovative contraceptive method very conveniently, affordably, and very consistently. Please, let's go to the next slide. All right, so in talking about this, we actually try to identify three pillars. One is product availability, and then of course talk about the place of training, and then of course the assurance of consistent supply. Now the success of any healthcare innovation actually depends on these three critical pillars. Now on product availability, we are actually positioning Avibella where women seek care, and that's talking about all the private and the public healthcare facilities across Nigeria, beginning from Lagos State. So, for the place of training, we also understand that it's important to actually scale this kind of products by ensuring that we are able to train healthcare providers or healthcare workers to gain the relevant competence and also the confidence that is required for inserting this product, Avibella. And of course, in talking about supply assurance, we want to assure everybody in this room that there will be consistent, uninterrupted flow of this product across the entire value chain. Okay, if you want to clap this, make it louder. Now, talking about our geographical reach, across the public sector, you name it, the federal teaching hospitals, the state hospitals, the general hospitals, everywhere across the public sector, right? And of course, not forgetting the place of the various state ministries of health, particularly the Lagos State Ministry of Health. And of course, the private sector, the private hospitals, the fertility clinics, and everywhere there is high traffic of women of reproductive age across the length and breadth of this country. Now, talking about our multi-channel distribution, it is imperative to also state that DKT International Nigeria has a diversified distribution model which actually minimizes the access barriers, like I've already been talked about in the course of this launch today. So, and that brings Avibella closer to every provider and every client at every level. We can assure you of that again. Now, the hospital sales team, which I proudly lead at DKT Nigeria, we engage in personal selling. So there is a face-to-face interaction with all of our providers, key decision makers across the length and breadth of this country, talking about the 36 states in Nigeria and the FCT. This is one of the few organizations in Nigeria playing in the SRA space that can give you that sort of assurance that this product will be reaching our healthcare providers in every nook and cranny of this country, including the hard-to-reach areas. I thought somebody was putting his hands together. Now, DKT partner facilities, we also have a very strong network of partner clinics across the nation, including Lagos State. And we are assuring you that we will be reaching you with these products. My goal at the end of the day is to ensure that this product sells, thereby achieving commercial excellence for DKT International Nigeria. And I believe that everyone in this room, at the end of this launch, will be placing their orders for this product. Clap for that one now. So we also have a very robust and decentralized distribution network. In Lagos, we have several warehouses, and of course, we have 6 other very big warehouses across Abuja, that's the FCT, Anambra, that is Onitsha, we have in Gombe, we have in Ibadan, we have in Abia State as well. So public sector collaborators or collaborations. So we understand that we cannot play in this space alone. And that beholds on us the need to actually collaborate and partner with key opinion leaders and industry leaders, key decision makers, and the various state ministries of health, like I mentioned before. And that is why this launch is actually happening here today. We would have just entered the market, but we understand the need for collaboration and partnership, right? So that's why we are here today. So we're trying to build very strong strategic partnerships, you know, with the Federal Ministry of Health, the Social Welfare, the State Ministries of Health, and all key decision makers across the value chain. Now, in talking about providers training and capacity building, it is imperative to also note that DKT International Nigeria has a dedicated training team whose business it is to actually provide that sort of training support where the need arises. As a matter of fact, they are here in this room, and a lot of us have met them. Please, a round of applause for our training team. Now, client selection and counseling is very important in this discourse. So identifying eligible healthcare providers and supporting informed choice. We've talked about method means here in this launch today. Now, in terms of insertion, removal, and side effect management, we have hands-on support to take care of that as well. Now, our training investment, DKT International Nigeria, will continue to invest in comprehensive providers training. We have demonstrated this capacity in the past, and it is imperative to re-emphasize that we are not reneging on this very important aspect of things, talking about capacity building. We assure you of continuous investment in capacity building across the value chain in Nigeria, particularly Lagos State, in Lagos State. So I think that actually brings me to the end of this very short presentation today. And like I said, one of my objectives as a National Hospital Sales Manager is to ensure that this product sells. And I will be needing the support of everybody in this room. So please, all of the policy makers, the key opinion leaders that we have here, the who and who's in the O&G space here in Lagos State, and of course, the State Ministry of Health and other IPs as implementing partners. We need you to support us in whatever way. If you have any need, we have a sales representative in Lagos. We have our manager in Lagos, that's Mr. Thomas. We have the business development team also here in Lagos. And we have the training team, two of whom are also here in Lagos. And we'll provide all the needed support. The product is available in mass. It is adequately available. We are fully ready to ensure that this product gets to the nooks and crannies of this nation. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause. If you love him, if you love DKT, not him. If you love DKT and Avibella, just say, "We love you, Avibella." So when I say Avibella, what do you say? When I say Avibella, what do you say?
Adding choice and improving life.
I love the energy in this room. A round of applause for yourselves. We'll be rounding up very soon. So thank you once again for that insightful presentation from the team. And we all know that one of the most powerful ways to understand impact is not just through data, slides, or presentations, but through the voices and real-life experiences of the people in the heart of what we do. Because at the end of the day, healthcare is personal. It is about stories, choices, and the differences that access to the right products like Avibella and services that DKT International Nigeria provides can make in women's life. So at this point, we will be sharing a short testimonial video that brings to life the reality, showing us in very real terms what this innovation means for users and communities. So I invite you to watch very closely, listen deeply, and connect with the human side of the story we are here to tell you today. Wow. Okay, so listen, watch, and experience Avibella. A round of applause as that goes on.
My name is Dr. Femi Aleton. I'm a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, and I work with Health Services Commission. And I've been in practice for about 31, 32 years now. Most of our women are not well educated about their choices of contraception, where to access contraception, and of course the cost implication of getting a good and reliable contraceptive method are those gaps that's identified.
My name is Akinele Titilayo. I am a religious minister and I have been married for 13 years. In the past, I used hormonal implants, the one that is inserted on the arm. With the implant, I bleed excessively during my menstrual period, and I had to go to the healthcare center to complain to the healthcare provider, and I was given combined pill contraceptive pill, yes, to control the bleeding initially. So during the 4th year, the bleeding didn't stop. The combined contraceptive pill was not really working for me because for 2 months, non-stop, I was bleeding. So I had to go to the hospital to see the doctor. My doctor told me that I just have to reconsider my birth control method. She checked my PCV. It was low already. So she told me that there is something called hormonal IUD, that I can try that.
Well, when the option of Avibella came, it was easily acceptable because, one, the advantage of the fact that it is cheaper than other conventional hormonal intrauterine system, and of course it is readily available. Since I've been prescribing for my patients in the last 5 years, they have given a very good report about the efficiency and the efficacy of the products.
Yes, the assurance that my healthcare provider gave me, he told me that it's a good brand, that he will assure me I can use it. So without any doubt, with his explanation, I decided to go for Avibella hormonal IUD.
I'm Ajayi Tolulope. I'm an Assistant Director of Nursing Services, a family planning provider. The testimony we do get mostly is no cramps after insertion, then the flow. Instead of them having heavy flow, the flow reduced drastically. So with that, it sweetens the client more.
You see that I just heaved a sigh of relief. I heaved a sigh of relief since I inserted the hormonal IUD, this Avibella. Yes, it's peace of mind for me. Apart from the Avibella hormonal IUD serving as a birth control method, it's also helped control the heavy bleeding I was experiencing initially.
The feedback that I've received so far, their quality of life have improved. What seems to be a cause of embarrassment had become an advantage, and of course, the incidence of heavy blood loss, hospital admission, and blood transfusion also went very low.
Avibella is a go-to option for every woman that is considering birth control method. Any woman that wants peace of mind with birth control method should consider Avibella. I feel confident, I feel peace of mind, I feel relieved.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you see how she said, I feel confident and feel relieved? If you know you are relieved, can you make some noise? For the men that are going to take this, Why are the men afraid? Why are the men afraid? Men, are we afraid? Can we take this and decide that we don't want to get pregnant again? It's too much. The women have tried. Let the men carry this. Huh? The men are not listening to me. The men are... All right, we're going to have the panel. Okay. Now we're getting ready. Avibella. See, if I dream of Avibella tonight, just know that the program has entered my blood. Okay. All right. DJ, let us have something slow for them. No, not that musical, Put an instrumental for them. Are we here? Are we here? I was with you guys before. After this panel session, we have lunch. There's actually going to be lunch for everybody. So please, people, don't be in a hurry to go. My mom is already here. God bless you, mommy. I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I prayed for this day that finally I'll be here. You watch me as your son. So please give a round of applause for my mom. It took me a lot of years. I cried. I fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And I came out strong with Avibella. I took Avibella 2. They inserted one in me. Then after that, why they inserted it, in me. I started, DJ, play. You were there. Mommy, let me tell you this story. Are you ready? This story is about Avibella. Are you ready? Listen, I inserted Avibella into my system. People say, why did you do it? I said, my mom is coming from a place from afar, from the Lagos State government. I knew it. There was a way that you stepped with a swag to the scene on the podium already, didn't blow it. And anytime you got a swag, this smile, everybody see your way, you have to show it. Swag, Steve, everybody please, Avibella, everybody, there is one of these. So some people at the back, they have to take a freeze. Some people, they want to do it, but I see them saying, hey, Avibella, come nearer. The program is going round, it's coming early. People already, they know it's coming near me. That's why my mom already, she said she failed me. Mommy, your son, the last born, Avibella was the one. It's like, Avibella is making me to do some kind of things. Even though I'm shaking things, moving things, even I was doing things, recording. Hope your mama is seeing things. See my mom, see her swag, see her ring. If I tell you Avibella is what I took that made me realize that my mommy is here. 2 tablets in the morning and later on let them insert it here. I insert one in my mouth, in my vein, in my uterus. Yes. Men, give a round of applause for the men. Men are like, we don't have uterus, we don't have ovary, we don't have all these things. See the men, we only have our. Men, you are lucky. Please, if you are a woman in the house, can you make some noise? See all the things you people have. Insert here. The sports day. Panel, are we ready? Are we ready for the panel? Are they ready? Are they ready? Okay. So please don't be in a hurry to leave. So my mom is here. She's not going anywhere. I'm going together now.
Left or the far right?
No, the Avibella will kick in.
Is that the one you are calling for?
Yes. The Avibella will kick in. Then I'll start parading. If Avibella kicking in a man, what will happen? I won't feel like giving birth, or I won't feel like going to the toilet. Which one will happen? I say it's 1 year. I'm not going to the toilet. 1 year. All right, guys. We're going to have the panel soon, and I hope. Are they ready? Panels? Okay. Please do not go. We have lunch. We have my real mother. Did you know I was here? Did you know? You called daddy. How did you know I was here? I'm suspecting your movement too. The governor said I was here. They told.
Is he your son? Just a round of applause for him. All right, thank you very much. We have now arrived at what promises to be one of the most engaging sessions of the day. Our panel discussion is titled, I'll let our moderator tell us that. Or should I just say it? Okay, making hormonal IUD work in Nigeria, from policy to practice and into women's life. And we know introducing innovation is only the beginning. The real work lies in provider education, client counseling, accessibility, affordability, and building confidence among women seeking family planning services. So to moderate this important aspect of this launch, we are privileged to have with us Professor Olusoji Jagun. Please, if your hands are not busy, even if they are busy, please, a round of applause as we call on Professor Olusoji Jagun, Head of Department, Obstetrics and Gynecology, Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital. Please, as he comes forward, you can see the summary on the screen. Please just keep clapping. He has extensive experience in reproductive health and clinical leadership. He is the head of Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. He is a self-motivated, performance-driven academic and clinician with passion for both human and capital development. He is innovative and also a system reformer. Please, a round of applause for the delectable. I always say everybody here is delectable. How did you pick your speakers? How did you pick your guests? DKT, how did you pick them? A round of applause, please, for Dr. Jagun Olusoji Edward, and I would hand the microphone to you, and I trust you to do a lovely job. A round of applause again for me.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I consider it a great privilege to be here. Protocols were not properly defined when we started, and I can understand. But when you come to a gathering like this, you must acknowledge the presence of His Excellency. Therefore, the special advisor, welcome to this program. The representative of the Commissioner for Health has gone, and we have the country director and all members of director of DKC, whether Women Global, whether Nigeria, all of you are welcome. The CIMAC, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, my good friend, and all other distinguished people that are here. We are here because of women's health. Nigeria signed an accord some years back, which we call the FP 2030. We hoped that by year 2030, contraceptive prevalence in Nigeria will have been 27%, moving from 12%. This is 2026. We have 4 years now. What are we doing? How far have we gone? Yes, we have moved. Now we're talking about modern contraceptive prevalence of 15% and all methods 20%. But is it achievable? How do we get this done? Is Avibella a game changer? How do we move forward? How do we help the women? How do we reduce the number of almangeries? And in the same vein, how do we reduce the number of bandits in Nigeria? Because one gave back to the other. How do we make Nigeria a better place? I do say, if you don't reduce your population, natural forces will do it for you. Famine, war, pestilence. If we don't want that, then we must do something. Every one of us, we are involved. I pray none of you become a victim of banditry. I'm going to be working with different people who are versatile, who are very good, renowned in their field. They are going to be sharing a platform with me. Do you want to invite them forward? Yes. So I'm inviting forward to join me on this platform Mrs. Ellen Anyasi. She's a public health and program management expert with over 10 years of experience leading donor-funded initiatives in sexual, reproductive, maternal health and family planning, and HIV prevention across Nigeria and other low, middle-income countries. She has established expertise in program implementation, contraceptive research, introduction, stakeholder engagement, implementation science, strategic advocacy, and health systems strengthening, and so on and so forth. I will say that currently serving as the country lead for contraceptive research, development, and introduction at FHI 360. Please welcome to the platform, Mrs. Ellen. To also join us on the platform is Dr. Mrs. M.O. Adedeji Dupsi. Modupe Olatokunbo Adedeji, a distinguished consultant of obstetrician and gynecologist at Lagos University Teaching Hospital. She's a highly respected medical professional, known for her dedication to women's health, maternal care, reproductive medicine, gynae oncology, and medical education. Over the years, she has built reputation for excellence in clinical practice, professionalism, compassion, and commitment to quality healthcare delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. Adedeji Modupe. I'm just reading an abridged version of what is here because of time. So please pardon me if I didn't mention all your excellent qualifications. The next person to join us on this platform is Dr. Kunle Ajayi, Medical Director and CEO, Clearview Hospital and Fertility Clinic, Lekki, Lagos. He's an accomplished obstetrician and gynecologist with extensive expertise in reproductive medicine and minimal invasive surgeries. He earned his medical degree from College of Medicine, University of Lagos in 1999 and completed residency in OBGYN from LUTH. From 2007 to 2009, Dr. Ajayi served as Senior Registrar at LUTH, later advancing to the position of Chief President from 2009 to 2010. He has been all over the world and is doing wonderfully well. You're welcome, sir. I also want to invite to the platform Mrs. Obatayo Olufomilayo. She's a nurse consultant, reproductive health and family planning. She works at Divine Favor Maternity Home, Agege, Lagos. She's an accomplished healthcare professional and retired registered nurse. She's not retired, she's still working, she's still training, so she's not retired. If you think she's retired, she's not tired. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mrs. Obatayo. Finally, the last but not the least, Mrs. Njeku O, a registered nurse and midwife with a Bachelor of Nursing Science and extensive experience in maternal and reproductive health care. She currently serves as the matron at Isalu Hospital, Ogba, where she plays a role in ensuring quality patient care and effective clinical service delivery. All these people that we have here, they represent segments of the society that are pertinent to family planning. We have advocacy. Those who are into policy, we have the representative here. We have consultants who are into education and training, who sees women. We have high-flow hospitals where a lot of people patronize. We want to share from their experience. We have a nurse. If anybody wants to adopt family planning, most likely they will go to a nurse first. Therefore, they are key gatekeepers, and they are the deciding factors. Even if a doctor talks to a client, they will still go back to the nurse. That man, in the talk plenty to the chi, can you please talk to me? And they happen to be people that they believe more at times than us. Therefore, they are very important. That's why the nurses are there. We are going to share from the matron. We are going to hear from the matron and from everybody. We will try and keep it short, 35 minutes. Welcome everybody on board. I'm going to be asking us questions, and some of them are hungry. Oh, some of us are hungry. I want to make it snappy. Therefore, the first question I'm going to ask, and I want everybody to just, ladies first after men, right? Good. Do we really need another hormonal IUD?
Yes, I believe we need another hormonal, meaningful one, not just introducing a brand, but a already worked, and I believe that they must have worked on existing problems before producing a new one, not just introducing an IUD.
Innovative. Ma, what do you feel, ma?
Yes, I think we need something that can make the clients more comfortable and more receptive to family planning. So if it's coming at this time, I think we have not really missed it. We are good to go.
Okay, Dr. Ajayi, what do you feel?
So I will be talking from the private hospital aspect, because there's definitely a need for another kind of hormonal IUD, because those of us in practice know that getting access to the known brand, I want to mention the name here, is very difficult, and even when you get it, it's actually very, very expensive. So I'm going to assume that this one will be a game changer in the sense that we're able to access it on time, and our clients will be able to have access to them and use them as appropriate.
Dr. Ajayi, you use the word game changer. Is it DKC that's the game changer or Avibella?
Well, both of them, because they're going to work on an...
Because we're talking about access. So if we are talking about accessibility, that means because DKT is accessible, you can be sure. Definitely. Okay, Dr. Dupe, what do you feel?
Okay, so talking from the point of the clinician and also being in a teaching hospital environment, and I remember those days in my residency, one thing that is target in family planning is that we continue to look for that one that will eventually meet that woman at the need of spacing and also reducing the family size. And this comes well enough because of the two main advantages that it has aside from the family planning, and that part that you can use it to manage other gynecological conditions. Beautiful.
Okay. Ma.
Yes, I want to come from the perspective of public health, as a public health professional. When you have just one product dominating in any sphere, any field, there's not enough access because of the cost. And I just want to write on what Dr. Ajayi had said earlier. There's not a lot of access because people are dependent on just one product. But what we've learned, and not just in the field of contraception, even in HIV, when we had just one brand of ARVs, the cost was high to provide ARVs for one client. But when other products started coming into the market and then there was a lot of different brands, it drove costs down. And I'm thinking about governments trying to put this particular method so that, you know, we're not just having one brand, other manufacturers, because there's competition in the market. So it's really about market parity and making sure that this product, you know, is available for everybody. The hormonal IUD is available for everybody. So for me, the excitement here is having another brand come into this hormonal IUD space so that it drives the cost down.
Okay, variety is the spice of life. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to ask this question. Let me try to catch your breath. From Dr. Dupena. You've said something earlier, and we still want to ask questions on it. What are the things that makes Avibella unique? What makes Avibella an important addition? Or what can we say is making us to think big about this Avibella?
Yes, it's about the added advantages bringing to the space. For instance, everybody, as the special advisor actually mentioned after reading about property IUD, of which we have to counsel our women that it's going to make you bleed more. And definitely, if you've never been having cramps, there will be some cramps. But just focus on the fact that the aim is that you don't want to have, you have something protecting you from having unwanted pregnancies. So with hormonal IUD, it has brought that to the table that it's doing that opposite. It's going to help reduce your bleeding. So this is so beneficial for those that have heavy menses. And definitely also is supposed to also help to even manage pain, menstrual pain, dysmenorrhea. So that's so much of an advantage because most of the time we really do not want to open up, and that's the fact that is invasive. You have to open up and then they are going to be putting something on your inside. In fact, you start thinking of pain before it starts. And then you want to be trying to counsel the patient that it's not painful, it's just inconvenient and all that. So with this added advantage that's even coming from someone who may actually have myoma, that's fibroid, and it's still so scared of going for the invasive surgery. I'm sure it will be more receptive at that angle.
Okay, Dr. Ajayi, you use the word also, game changer. What is spectacular about Avibella that think is going to make it a game changer?
For me, apart from the apart from the cost, I also mentioned the non-contraceptive benefits that you mentioned. But I mean, it goes without saying that if you can help women have a more enjoyable menstrual cycle, there won't be too many hospital visits, there won't be too many times when they have to miss work because they have severe heavy menstrual bleeding or severe abdominal pain. So, I mean, it goes without saying that if it's accessible and a lot of women have access to it, I'm sure quality of life will definitely increase across board. So I think for me, that's a good one.
Mrs. Abatayo, you have something to say on that?
Okay, just like they have said, because of that added advantage, it's going to really help women to have choices. Because normally the complaints we have is, I've been bleeding, just like that minister told us, for so many months. I can't even go out, I'm ashamed. Somebody will just call me, Madam, check yourself. At least we have something now that can put their mind at rest that that may not happen. So for that advantage, I think Avibella is good.
For Avibella, I believe that it will help to improve access to hormonal IUD, in the sense that I know that there are other hormonal IUD, but they are not easily accessed. Everybody wants it, but they can't afford it. But with this, it will bring down the costs. With this, women are more comfortable taking it up because it also protects their endometrium from endometriosis. So it is a game changer.
Okay. Madam Ellen, she said access. From the public health perspective, we can look at access from different directions. What do you feel?
Okay, so I think it would be good to acknowledge what the Federal Ministry of Health is doing in terms of expanding access for long-acting reversible contraceptives, especially the hormonal IUD. So in 2021, the Federal Ministry of Health and its stakeholders developed a strategic plan to introduce the hormonal IUD and roll it out. And that plan is ongoing. It's still ongoing right now, which is why I think this is such a strategic time to introduce a new brand, of hormonal IUD. I say that because at the time we were working on this strategic plan, I believe we only had a couple of registered brands in country. And at some point of this rollout, Avibella came on the scene. So why it's really important for, again, just to stress the importance of having different brands. Nigeria has made large orders of the hormonal IUD, of a certain brand of hormonal IUD, and it's being given in the public sector facilities for free across different states in Nigeria as we speak. In the public sector, hormonal IUD in certain facilities, not all, but just to buttress what she's saying, because there, some of the things that we've learned on the field is that there are many stockouts. We have, supply chain issues, bottlenecks. We generate lots of demand. Different partners are working in different states, generating demand for this method, but sometimes women get to the facility and they don't find the method there after they've been told about it in the community. So for me, I would really like to see this particular brand, and I like the presentation that was made by the hospital sales manager. It's really important to pursue strategic partnership with the government so that there are different brands of the hormonal IUD available. If the more expensive brand of hormonal IUD is being provided for free in the facility, does it not make sense for the government to spend less to provide this method that women are wanting at the public facilities? So for me, it's really important for DKT to pursue strategic partnerships with the Federal Ministry of Health so that we can have different brands. And I think it might be one of the ways to improve access issues and those bottlenecks of stockouts that we have in the facilities.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dopsy. Mrs. Ellen, rather. I'm going to you now again, Dr. Dopsy. Now the question has to do with acceptance. We have IUDs, properties and the stuff. We have HIUDs that have been in market. But if you look at the data for federal government of Nigeria, less than 1% acceptance. What do you think we can do different? What is Avibella bringing to the table that can turn the tide?
Okay. Yes, I'm happy for this kind of launching of the product itself. And that speaks to awareness. And the awareness is that letting people know what this product is about and knowing what it offers. Yes, as I said before, the added advantage that it has, even though just the side effect is just majorly about the fact that it could be an invasive method, you know, and all that. Then, if you look at its other side effects, basically, I think the only thing is, just the inconvenience, because it's bringing something more to the table, apart from that same contraception that is going to give and all that. So that awareness for people to know, because it will definitely cover up. I'm telling you, we have so many of our women with so many, especially those in the reproductive age group, that have so much of gynecological problems. In fact, there are diagnoses we make of abnormal uterine bleeding, and then we are also left to trying to know what is even the cause. And on the interim, we can use this hormonal IUD to help. If you want to date back from generations of contraceptives, especially when you're talking about IUD, you know we had the type of lipid loop, and we had to be dealing with displays, even though it's still happening with all the other ones. But that time, it was as if just be ready that you're going to be having somebody coming back that the tool is displayed, I can't find it and all that. So these are some of the added advantages that it's going to have. So basically awareness. And beyond that, our health workers also have to be trained. Like for instance, the example that the CMAC gave, as regards that I'm a Catholic nurse trying to counsel a patient for
provide bias.
And meanwhile, yes, the bias, you know, so that involves a lot of training and all that. And then for our colleagues, the fact that that's gynecologists, the fact that we have this tool in our hands, especially for patients that find it difficult to say yes. I'm sorry, I'm going to my platform and the way I actually talk about the fact that please go for that fibroid operation and improve your quality of life. You are bleeding, and so at least this will help to intervene for some time before the main thing is being done.
Let me follow up on that. Let's look at it from this perspective. You are going to have 5 minutes of inconvenience to get that stuff inserted. I'm looking at IUDs generally, before we now even cool down HIUD. You are going to spend 5 minutes to insert. It's going to stay there for 8 to 10 years. Look at the space of time. Opportunity cost. Now you have something that is even going to reduce the cost of using pad, tampon. What do you say to that? Do we still have a reason not to preach it? Or is it us that is not telling people the truth?
It's so obvious that we're on the same space and we have the same type of patients. I've not forgotten that you're gynecologist. So this is what we are facing, really. It takes a lot. And I give kudos to our family nursing specialists. Most of the time, you pass by their clinic as if, what are they doing? It takes a lot of counseling to make patients understand. And his counseling is not forcing them to take a method. He's counseling them on the various methods that they have. And also the patient to have to tell the patient, but I told you about that method before. You opted for this method. Well done, Maz. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Adedeji. Now, let me go to you, Dr. Ajayi. You are from a place where you have high volume. You see both the rich and the poor, I guess, not just the rich alone. Why do you think the uptick of HIUDs is still low, from your own perspective, sir?
Well, I think talk is going off.
Yes.
We just have to keep doing what we are doing. You said a lot, and acceptance is not a one-day thing. If you tell someone something now, and she goes to the church or the mosque, and somebody tells her something different tomorrow, she would come back to tell you, my pastor said this, my mom said that. She won't accept, no matter what you say. I mean, is there a way we can make our patients or clients realize that these things are safe? We are all medical practitioners here. Do we have forums for patients? Do we bring them to sit down like this and show them videos that these things are actually safe and convenient and easy and going to improve the quality of life? I'm not sure we are doing enough when it comes to telling our patients this thing. Yeah, they do a lot in the family planning clinic. I have to give kudos to all of you. But, I mean, I'm talking about general public now. Are we able to put this on TV, for example, and say, look, hormonal IUDs are safe? I don't know what the ethics are. I don't know public health.
No, it's okay. It's ethically okay, sir.
I'm just a gynecologist, in private sector. I think we need to do more. Even amongst our colleagues, there are still a lot of them that are very reticent when it comes to some of these hormonal IUDs. I know that there are some of them like that. And then except for that bias, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. But why would you deny a patient access because of your own belief? So we need to do much more in terms of patient enlightenment. And I'm sure that when we do that, the acceptance rate will probably increase.
Okay, you have just introduced a new dimension into the discourse now. The church, the mosque. What you are feeling now is, number one, maybe the church leaders should have been part of this audience. Or you think we should do, under my family planning clinic, I harass my nurse a lot and say, madam, you are supposed to do community outreach. Go and meet them and bring them. So are you now saying, sir, that we are not doing community outreach to the churches, to the mosque, to go and meet the women, to the women's group, National Council of Women's Society, or all these groups where women are, so that they can get proper education on this?
I'll push the question back to you. When was the last time you had something like that?
Well, that's what I just told you. My nurse, you must go and meet the women where they are.
So we need to make a concerted effort, to make this work. And it's not just you alone, sir. It has to be the whole of the teaching hospital, Olabisi Olabanjo University, saying, look, let's go to the community and let them know about this. You alone cannot do it, I'm sorry. It has to be even Dr. Oluwole and the whole thing in Youth, Dr. Adedeji and the whole thing in LASCOM. We need to just have that concerted effort, to make sure that this thing works. And then those of us in the private sector too should be involved, Many of our colleagues haven't even heard about this. They are still used to looking for the other one. So let them know that this kind of thing exists. And over time, I'm sure the uptake will increase.
Okay, what are the other gaps that we feel we need to fill to increase the uptake, apart from this one we've talked about?
We've talked about enlightening patients, right?
Okay.
And also making, demystifying IUDs generally. Patients come to the clinic, and when you tell them you want to install an IUD, I don't want anything inside of me. And they say the thing gets missing, it gets lost. They say if I put it inside, they will never find it again. I will never be able to have a child again. So we need to demystify this IUD. There are a lot of young people now coming out, like the Gen Z people. They don't have any problem. Once you tell them something and they don't take to it, they are fine. But the older women may need some level of encouragement and education to be able to take to do this. So we just need to do a lot. And I'm sure the public health experts will be able to say more.
Do you think the reason why we don't have enough uptake is because some of our clinicians, where's the AGPMPM, do you think it's because they don't know how to insert or they are running away from something? What do you think?
I wouldn't think so. Somebody who is even the medical officer should be able to insert an IUD. And companies like DKT and others have been organizing trainings, back to back. Even in those, as students, we have to learn how to insert IUD. So it shouldn't be, as far as doctors and nurses are concerned, I don't think that is the issue.
So you don't think, when we talk about bias now, you are not thinking in terms of, oh, they don't like to, they don't know how to do it, or it may be that they don't like to do it.
So you said 5 minutes, but I'll tell you that it's not really 5 minutes. So I will need to get the patient to come in. I will need to get her into a room. I will need to put her legs up. I will need to clean. I will need to get the speculum in. All those commodities add to cost one way or the other. So maybe you just don't want that cost. Could it be that, look, just give her COCPs and let her go? That one is easy now. Or give her an injection and tell her to go away. It costs much less to do that compared to putting an IUD in. So are we looking at those other things that add to the cost? Maybe that's why.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Mrs. Sabatayo. These are professional counselors, retired but not tired. They've been doing the job for a long time. So let me ask some few questions now. We know that clients feel more comfortable with the matrons. I've said that at times, so they are able to express themselves better. What concerns or fears do women commonly express when discussing IUDs with them?
So some of the fears they come up with is that they have heard that IUDs can travel. So once you insert it, you can find it in your throat, you can find it in your leg, you can find it in your arm. So they come back with series of misconceptions that sometimes take you hard time to be able to dispel. But we need to actually have time to dispel these myths and misconceptions, because the basics for any woman being comfortable in any program, especially with contraceptives, is still counseling. So our counseling must be the game changer in this matter. And we need to re-strategize the way we do our counseling. Because if we let them know that if you take a LAC method that is going to be long-acting, as against the pills that you take every month, if I come every month from my home to the facility with 1,200 times 12 months, and I come only once, get an hormonal IUD that is going to last for 8 years. Multiply what you get in that 1 year, 1,002 times 12 months, times 8 years. You will see that it's cheaper, it reduces your stress, it is time consuming, constraining, it reduces the time you spend in the facility. If we strategize and we counsel our clients in a way that they will rethink, I think it will help us to increase access, and it will help our women to also be comfortable with their method. So it should not just be, I want to give you IUD so that you will not come back again. No, it should be, there are a lot of advantages you will get. You are complaining you don't want to leave your work, you don't want to leave your business. So if you do this one once, for the next 8 years, you are good to go. So if you have any complaint, and as providers, we should also be accessible. Of course, some of our clients can misuse that opportunity. But once in a while, let them be able to access us. Maybe on your phone or on WhatsApp. They can just chat you. I'm having this problem, what do I do? Okay, do this, do this, do this. If you do it and you are not getting results, come see me at the facility. So it makes it a lot easier for them if we look at that part of our counseling and we channel it in that way. Don't let's assume that all our providers knows how to do it. Sometimes we need to retrain even the ones that already know how to do it. And don't let us forget the Japa syndrome that has taken 90% of our trained personnel out of Nigeria. So looking into, especially I'm talking about Ministry of Health now, when you look at most of the nurses that are there, they are 50% new nurses. And we really need to train them for this method to fly. Because one thing I told myself is, If a provider is convinced, forget it, the program will fly.
Thank you very much. That's very beautiful one. That's a very beautiful one. Now, when we are talking about IUDs, we are not looking at just the married women alone. We are looking at other age groups, unmarried. Okay. Now, do you share in the belief that some of our providers have some attitude that are detrimental to the uptake?
I won't shy away from that. And I was in the school recently and I was training some students. And I told them, our game changer now are the youth and the adolescents. It will shock you that a 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl have done 2-3 abortions and nobody is cautioning them, nobody is saying anything. And their parents don't even know they are sexually active already. So when they come to your facility and you are like, do your mother know you are here? Why are you here? Family planning. How old are you? 16 years. So even as providers, we need to change that attitude. We need to educate them the more. Because when we educate them, it helps them to make choices that will be beneficial to their health. Many of the things they do is because they don't have counselors. So when they come to our facility, we should be their counselor. We should be their eye. Not like we sit in the position of a mother or a woman of God and we are talking as if we are the pastors. They don't understand that. All they want to know is, how will my health improve? A 16-year-old girl came to my facility and she said, my mom said I should come. So I was like, call your mom, let me talk to her. So I spoke with the mom and the mom confirmed it. And she said, she's going to her boyfriend's place. I can't stop her from going, but I can't go with her. So I'm not going to be there to control what she does. So give her a family planning method so that when she goes and comes back, I know she's safe. So she's preventing the child from the next abortion. So God will help us.
Thank you very much. That goes in line with some of my sayings. If you cannot stop a lady from having sex, you should not stop her from accessing contraceptive. Madam, we're still going to be talking about counseling because you are the one that see them. First, before they get to us, and even after seeing them, they will still come back to you. How can counseling be improved to build confidence and acceptance? What do you feel, ma'am?
In counseling, like she rightly said, when a young girl walks into your clinic, you don't just push them away. Your attitude matters a lot to them because the way you welcome them goes a long way. If somebody comes to assess family planning and you're already frowning, looking at the person down and all that, do you think that person will take up any method? The person will go and will never visit any clinic. The person will just go and continue her life the way she wants and eventually gets pregnant, thinking of abortion, complication and all that, pushing that person exposed to risk of unsafe abortion. So our counseling needs to improve more on welcoming, helping, in fact, telling them everything about every family planning method. Information is key. Because when you give them all the information needed, they will make up their choice. You support their choice. Not that you will be pushing your plans towards a particular method. You should be able to give them every information they need. And when you are doing that, you should not be judgmental when you can't. You should, because they will be open to you. And don't use that thing that they said to you against them. That means you are being judgmental. You are not encouraging them to pick any method. Then when you finish that, when they pick up a particular method, because fear of pain is another problem. Is it going to pain me when taking up this method? So you should be able to address that properly so that they will be have confidence in you, that you actually know what you are doing, that their pain will be managed and all that. So if you do all that, after picking up this method and they insert or any other method, you should be able to, like she rightly said, access to you as a provider in case they have any complaint, in case they have any question. will they be able to change that particular method after taking it up at ease? Not that when, like, a patient came the other day telling me about that she take up one implant, that she has been having misfeeling and all that. After talking to her, she insisted on removing that particular method. I shouldn't deny her that. I should be able to assist her and remove it, then also work her up on picking up another method. Not that when it's time to remove it, you'll be giving them attitude. Maybe you just pick it up a month ago or 2 months ago. Why are you now removing it? Is it not spending money? It's not your money that they're spending. It's not your what matters is that they're comfortable with the choice they made. That's it.
Thank you. When we are talking about Avibella, we're talking about empathy as one of the core words. How do you think this? Do you think this is going to work? Do you think it's another strategy that if you're going to sell it to them, to other providers, do you think empathy has a role in improving uptake in this situation?
Empathy is key to a healthcare industry, because if you are not empathetic, I don't know how you will encourage or convince somebody to pick up a particular method. They should understand the fact, like somebody will ask me, have you ever taken family planning? And you are asking me to do. I say yes. I've used family planning before now, and it pained me that I didn't know about it before my school of nursing, because we have access to many things. We do a lot of things at young age, but we never heard about family planning. But now, because I'm empathetic and I want your future to be, considering a young girl of 15 years walking to you that I'm pregnant and I want to remove it, if that child had access to family planning, do you think she would be pregnant? No. Then if that girl child, you pushed her away, she will go and get another thing that will be detrimental to her life. That means getting an unsafe abortion. So I think empathy goes a long way. The way you talk to them, the way you address every client that comes to you matters a lot. Your eye contact, because they say when you counsel, you do not judge, you listen and learn. Because listening will help you to know the area you come in and address for them to take up a method.
All right, thank you. Let's leave the clinical direction now. Let's look at access. Let's look at policy. You've already given us a tip of the, a bit of a scraping of what the federal government is doing. So let's look at access now. What will it take to successfully scale hormonal IUDs as from policy to provider training to sustainable availability?
Thank you so much for that question. So let me start by talking about the work that we've been doing with the Federal Ministry of Health. At FHI 360, we've been at the forefront of hormonal IUD research, not just in Nigeria, but globally. So I want to talk specifically about the SHINE project, which is the project that, that when you introduced me, we're looking at research on scale-up of the hormonal IUD in new and emerging markets. It's a Gates-funded project, and for the last 4 years, we have been collecting evidence from 3 countries, Nigeria, Kenya, and Malawi. What did we learn? Because you asked me, how can we successfully scale? So some of the lessons that we learned on the SHINE project are key to scaling this particular method. So that's why I have this piece of paper, so that I can actually just read off some of our research findings and get the numbers right. So what we've learned really is that when you introduce a new method to the method mix, you're not hurting any other method. What you're doing is that you're actually opening up a new market, for a new set of women who have never used the used the family planning method before. There was something that the chairman of CMAC said that I actually wrote it down. And he said, the hormonal IUD is actually known as the method that wealthier women use. And it's true. That's what the research used to show. But what the government of Nigeria has done successfully is make sure that this method is now in the public sector. And I believe that with what DKT is doing now, is actually going to open up the access for other women in the private who cannot access from the public sector to now be able to use this method. So it will not just be a method for the rich women. So what we learned, because we collected data from all the facilities in Nigeria that are providing the hormonal IUD from January 2024 to December 2025, what we learned is that the hormonal IUD makes up 17% of the long-acting reversible methods that are currently in use. And that shows an increase since the government started working on rolling out this method. So we've seen an increase in the use of the hormonal IUD. And just to add numbers to what the CMAC said earlier, I think he said, that the copper IUD, that the hormonal IUD is outpacing the copper IUD. It's true. We saw that the hormonal IUD, across the facilities that we looked at, the hormonal IUD has slightly surpassed the copper IUD. And we also asked women, why are you going for the hormonal IUD? We interviewed 1,221 women across 32 facilities. So we positioned our research assistants in 32 facilities in 4 states in Nigeria. And as women would take up the method, we would, of course, take consent from them and ask them a few questions about their experience. And then we went back 1 year later to those same women and asked them how they were feeling. What they told us was that when they were coming to the hospital, they already knew the method that they wanted. At least 90% of them had heard about the method, and they were sure that they wanted to use the hormonal IUD. And that if they had not seen the hormonal IUD at the facility, at least 20% of them were going to go back without taking up a family planning method. So you see, there's a gap in the market for people who want this particular method. So what we're learning from this research is that if you don't add a method that people want, we can't increase our CPR. We cannot increase our CPR. I just want to also add something that might be very valuable for the DKT team as they begin training. So another thing we did on the SHINE project was we did a study, what we call the inserter study. So basically, we know that there are 2 types of inserters across the different brands of hormonal IUD. You have the single-handed inserter and you have the 2-handed inserter. It's good to know that the one we have in Nigeria is the 2-handed. But remember, we have a single-handed inserter in Nigeria. We have the copper, we have the other brands. They are single-handed. Now, we went to 16 providers in 2 states. 8 of the providers, were trained using the 2-handed, that's Avibella, and then the others were trained, the other 8 were trained using the single-handed. And then before we gave them the 2, and we gave them a pelvic model to try their hands on the one they were not trained on, we asked them, what do you think it will take for you to be able to insert using this one? Just asking the 16 of them. They said, you need to do this, you need to train us, you need to take us for 5 days, you need to be coming every day and be making sure. But guess what? After we showed them, so we showed the single-handed folks the 2-handed video and said, now take this, and we gave them some promotional materials to read and to look at. And then we said, okay, now try your hand on this. And then did the same for the other study arm. What we learned, what providers told us is that, actually, it's not so difficult to go from one, it's not, so there's interchangeability. The skills, as long as you have done a didactic training on IUD insertion. So another caveat is that we talk to not HIUD naive providers who are experienced. We ask them, now that you have tried on the pelvic model, what do you now need? We're like, okay, actually we don't need a 1 week training. What we need is that when we have been trained, for example, using Avibella, give us the single-handed to also practice when we're doing our practicum, and then come back and do post-training supervision. This is what 16 providers told us, and I think we need to listen to what the providers are saying. They said we need to be able to practice both, because we cannot say because we just have Avibella training. And remember, Avibella also has the single-handed as well. And also what we learned from the provider is that they actually prefer single-handed. So this is a message for DKT that if providers are saying something, let's listen to them, because they are the ones who will be doing the actual work in the clinic. So basically, our study showed us that providers feel that they need to practice both, and they need post-training supportive supervision at least on a quarterly basis. And after that, at least provide them with materials, refreshers through videos, through promotional items, through WhatsApp or whatever means. And then if we're doing any form of advocacy, they actually prefer the single-handed. So if there's a single-handed one, providers actually find that easier. So just wanted to add some of those research findings.
All right. Thank you very much. You've said so much about this. So I think the key now is the providers. Okay, so you expect proper training, follow up to see what they're doing, and going back again to see. So I think getting a job, but it cannot be done in isolation. Well, let's talk about public-private partnership now. What do you want to say about that to improve access and uptake?
I'm so glad you asked that, because FHI 360, again, is at the forefront of global public-private partnerships. So through our work, and this is in consortium with CHAI, we are the secretariat for the Hormonal IUD Access Group, which is a global platform where manufacturers, governments, implementing partners, and key stakeholders around the hormonal IUD meet. And what does the Hormonal IUD Access Group do? It's very important for us as key stakeholders on this particular family planning method, looking to increase the access and make sure that every woman at least has a chance, if she wants to use it, to use it. We've already talked about all the beautiful aspects of the method. So what the Hormonal IUD Access Group is, and I can share a link because if you are a provider in this room, it means that you are a Hormonal IUD stakeholder. It's really important for those types of platforms to exist, because here, I think we've already mentioned that people don't know about the different types of hormonal IUDs. People don't even know about the different types of family planning methods. At the Hormonal IUD Access Group, those types, so we have myth busters around the method. You hear about the different types of partnerships. You hear about product supply, demand. You get materials that you can use to educate users, providers. You have training materials for all the different brands of hormonal IUDs that are available. You also meet and network with other stakeholders in the space so that you are learning and you are at the forefront of the cutting edge research that is coming out around the hormonal IUD. So for me, the one way that we can look at really improving that public-private partnership is really keying into platforms like that, so that you are able to, a private practice practitioner is sitting side by side with, someone from the State Ministry of Health, and they're discussing things, not just looking at what's happening in the public sector, but how can we take the learnings from what's happening in the public sector and drive it into the private sector. Because for me, this is how I see the work that we do in the two spheres. The public sector, that's the work that government does. What they do is the policies, the standards, the guidelines are set. But truly, you need the private sector to be able to understand all those policies that government has put in place and take it, and that's how we can have standard practice across board, because sometimes you find that there's a standard of practice in country, but the private practice practitioner is not able to know and implement it because they are not really speaking to each other. But platforms like that, help to distill knowledge.
Thank you very much. We all need to be on the same page. I'm going to take 2 questions from the audience. After that, all of us will give us a last word, final word. 2 questions. Yes, sir, Our Excellency. Okay, can you please give her the microphone? Hey, Auntie. Sorry, she needs the mic.
Thank you very much, and well done to the panelists. That was really quite a lot, and you covered a lot of things. One thing that you probably didn't mention, and that we're trying to do in Lagos State, is the fact that we still have a system, even though this is 2026, where the husband has a say in the choice that the mother, the woman has come. Because years ago I did family planning, and I can tell you, and it still exists up to now, where women are coming back and saying, my husband has felt the string or whatever, and I want it out. So what we do in Lagos is involve the men. Usually you have programs where you're only talking to women, and the same women are going to go back, and half of them are not going to. And this is what research has shown, that if you do not involve the men in your counseling, in your programs, and all that, or even asking the woman, you don't have your husband's consent, would it be a problem? And then you can work out with both of them. Maybe we can talk to you. So when men understand, you get more people that will take the IUD up. My second thing was on, this is for DKT. I don't understand why the device can be there for 8 years. When you look at a family planning cycle, a young person, fine. When you're in college, when you're in secondary school, you obviously do not want any babies from age 14 or whatever. But by the time you're really doing the real family planning for people who are married and have got kids, they're not spacing 8 years. So if you give somebody who's had a baby and is not going to have another child, doesn't plan to have another child for another 2-3 years, what do you tell that person? Because this thing lasts for 8 years. So I'm looking at costs. I'm not the one who made it. So it's totally out of my field. But why would you devise something for 8 years unless it doesn't matter how many years, it doesn't cost much? As compared to having it for 3, 4, 5 years, bearing in mind that every 2 years or 3 years, the person is going to want for you to take it out, and you can't reuse it. That's one. And then when it comes to, so that's a question. So when it comes to encouraging women, it's also very, very important to give them the facts. Now, I know that hormonal IUDs have a mixed kind of like impact on cancer. And cancer is another area that I'm very, very interested in. Breast cancer being the number one. And so it is contraindicated in people that have a history of breast cancer anyway. And even if you do not have breast cancer in your immediate, maybe siblings or whatever, the risk of you getting breast cancer, there's a risk because we do not know the cause of breast cancer, but there are some hormonal tendencies. However, this hormonal IUD can also prevent cervical cancer, ovarian cancer. So that's why I called it a mixed impact. But those are important things when you're counseling to ask people, because when they go out and they say, I'm not taking it, somebody had cancer from it. That's why they come back and they take it out. So there's a bit of honesty that has to come out of it. As you're saying, it may put you at risk. It doesn't mean you're going to get it, and that's for everybody. But it actually also will help you not get the other cancers that are known that women get. So that's just a comment, but I really would like to know why it is 8 years and not necessarily 3 or 4, and such a waste if somebody has to keep on coming every 2-3 years and wants the hormonal. and it lasts for 8 years.
Thank you very much.
No, I know you're not DKT per se, but
Well,
I'm sure you can answer it.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Let's give her a round of applause for that beautiful question. Yeah, you are just spot on when it comes to men. It has been found out conclusively, including men in family planning, increases uptake. And if a man says don't, and the woman goes ahead to do that, it can cause family disunity. And we preach family unity. So men issue is very important. Now, when you look at the amount of the progesterone that's inside, you know that this thing can stay for as long as 8 years. It does not mean that you keep it there for as long as 8 years. You can remove it in 2 years, but you know that the percentage amenorrhea increased from about 19% the first year to about 38% by 8 years. So it's the added benefits that you get from it. These things are released in quantums, little by little, and you know that in 8 years, they are exhausted. Even after 8 years, man, the effectiveness continues. Okay? Because the lipids loop which you are using is just ordinary plastic. It's not medicated. But you will know that the contraceptive advice, the non-contraceptive benefits are lost, okay, because the bleeding becomes regular. It's meant for 8 years because at that time, total amount will have been released, but anybody can stop in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years. So that's just it now. Now, cancers. If somebody has simple hyperplasia, it can progress to simple endometrial hyperplasia. It can progress to, sorry I'm using some medical, sorry please. It can progress to complex with atypia, then from there endometrial carcinoma. But if you are using hormonals, they cause endometrial atrophy. That is an added advantage. Instead of you giving exogenous progesterone to cause endometrial atrophy. So it is a benefit in that instance. But we also know, we talk about use of the MEC manual. Anyone who has hormone-dependent carcinomas, no. I will say, if someone knows that, look, probably you have the benefit of doing BRCA1, BRCA2, antigen and all the stuff, you know that, okay, Lynch 2 syndrome, non-polyposis, you know that you are at risk. And I will say no. I will say no to anything hormonal, use non-hormonal. So that's the benefit of meeting people who are knowledgeable in counseling to tell you the appropriate thing. All of them have their side effects. You saw our lady when she was making that presentation. You saw that the peak of them all is about 10.9% side effects. Some of those things actually can exist on themselves without them using the IUD. So they could have existed, but because it's there, you can say it's accepted. All of them have their own side effects. We agree 100%. But we know that the advantages outweigh disadvantages. Therefore, we say it's part of the things we teach. Thank you very much, man. I don't think I want to take any more questions. Okay? Okay. Okay. Your Excellency, the whole ANPMP, we have to give you the due respect.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to our panelists. So I have a question. Sorry, sir. I have a question. And the question, do I come forward?
Give a round of applause for us.
She gets crushed.
I'm so sorry. So I've had my hands off for ages,
so
so
sorry
I
about
wanted to ask a question, and it's been going through my mind, and it has to do with the DKT. Thank you very much for providing this, because I know some hormonal IUDs can be quite expensive. But I know that I've equally had programs where now people who take samples, they'll do like the HPV self-collection sample. That's for women who have their beliefs, the religious women who feel, they can be very uncomfortable spreading their legs for someone to just do the sample collection. So now I'm driving it home to Avibella. While I know we have other methods that you can, the injectables, you can, they are self-administrative, like you can administer it yourself. Is there a way to have an innovative pattern where Avibella can actually be self-administrative? Or do we have regulations where we say, well, we want to have a control method so she doesn't get to put that, probably have a uterine culture or something? I'm just thinking, can it be self-administrative?
Well, it's a bit difficult because you need to access the service. You need to look at the service. And it's not just that you just want to put something into the service. It's an opportunity for you to have a look at the service. How good is the service? Does it look hyperemic? Does it have any other thing? That's the advantage of all these insertions. You look at it, you may say, madam, can we skip this and come back some other time? First, let me do a pap smear. Let me take a high vaginal swab. Let's get this one treated before we go on to the next level. So it's not something that is possible. You need to be able to assess the service and look at the depth of the uterus so that before you can insert it yourself. We don't want to cause harm on yourself. So it's not possible, man. As at today.
So as at today, so there's no way, maybe in years to come, a woman says, I want to have this. I'm just asking, I'm not saying we should do it now, but I'm just saying, is there someone who can come up with an innovative way? If I usually have my regular pap smear testing, I know my cervix is clear, I've even had colposcopy and everything is fine, and I say, I don't think I want to stroll to the hospital to do it. Are you saying yes to continue to come on or something like that?
I think maybe something that you might need to do might be to just go and watch that video that is showing behind so that you can see that it's actually not physically possible for you to do the insertion yourself. When you watch the video, you'll see why it's not actually physically possible for you to do the insertion yourself. However, there are studies going on about self-removal, and part of the research that we did on Shine, we asked women, so self-removal is possible because if you wash your hands and you put your fingers inside your vagina and almost get to your stomach, you can feel the thread and you can gently pull it out. Now, it is possible to do self-removal after you have been counseled and taught by your provider, who has also been counseled on how to talk to you about self-removal. When we asked women, 1,221 women, if they are interested in self-removal, a lot of them said no. A lot of them said no. So it's one thing for you to be very open, and that's why choice is so important. DMPSC is a self-injectable, and we see that a small percentage of the population is going for it because there are some women who, like you, are very interested in self-care and are courageous and brave enough to want to do self-care in that way. But again, we don't knock the other women who want, provider assisted. So again, just watch it. When you watch the video, you will understand why we're all like, oh, no. Because you do need help to, assess yourself. To access the service. Yeah. So let me pass to my cousin.
Covered what I wanted to say, but just to take away is that, as I said when I was actually also talking, that coming to family planning, at every point in time, somebody somewhere is thinking, researching on how to always get a better product than the one that is present. Thank you.
Oh, okay, yes, sir. The chairman.
Okay. I think everybody's interested.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate all the panelists, Dr. Jagon, the lead panelist. Thank you very much for this opportunity. One, I need to state these facts. If you leave this room and we have not taken the greatest opportunities that we have the SA within us to start advocacy, is that we have not done anything. The SA is very accessible, very flexible, and very open to discussion. I think that's the first thing we should take advantage that she's here. Because this is all about advocacy. That's the first fact. The second one is the issue of how productive, or let me just say how profitable is this for the private sector. I will tell you that an OBGYN consultant would not invest more in family planning as compared to what he will do in infertility clinic. That's another fact we have to know. And that's why even from the teaching, that aspect of FP is moved to go and make up your, what's that book that we feel those days? Logbook. You understand? And that has to change if we really want to use this FP as an entrance. The other aspect I want to talk about is the one the essay has actually spoken of, the spousal role. It is very, very, very important. We should not ignore it at any point. Now, we have also neglected the roots. The religious bodies have actually did a lot of work on FP. In my shelf, I think I still have the Christian, the Form 1 booklets. If we are having a discussion, we must go back to those booklets. We cannot just think that they don't have a role to play or whatever. They do. And we are always making this mistake. We always assume the northerns are illiterates. Please, we should stop that. They are literate in their own ways. Maybe in Arabic terms, maybe not in the English terms. If we have engaged them, you will see that there is a form of literacy that is the least that is expected as compared to what we think that they have. If you go to Ajebule, where the FP initially was low, but now it is high because they have an access. The last one I also want to talk about is the issue of underage. I'm glad somebody gave us a very brief history of a 16-year-old girl that the mother sent. That is another point that we should document. A lot of times, we always send children or ladies away because we think it's going to affect us. I once delivered a 13-year-old girl because, one, they are Catholic. Two, they were out of school at the time she got pregnant. But if they have access, if they have an access to these FPs, that will not be. Unfortunately, the mental capacity to keep that wedding was another thing that actually is a big hindrance to that family. So I want us to look at this thing holistically. And I'm glad that the best aspect I've enjoyed in this thing is this panel section. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, from you. One word, please. So that we are not out of time.
My final word is that thank you, DKT, for making Avibella available. And I promise to do more to improve uptake.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
So I just want to encourage DKT. I know they have been doing so much, and I want them to do more. Training of providers is key, because if you want this to fly, the providers must be convinced.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, DKT, for improving access. See you soon. Dr. Nidiji.
Oh. Please, can you use it?
You want to shake the table? This one works better.
So by promoting this,
So by promoting non-hormonal contraceptives, it will at least also help us find a way about unsafe abortion. Yes, restrictive law and looking at it and all the examples we have given, they work hand in hand. Unsafe abortion contraceptives, our women are dying, our girls are dying quietly somewhere. Thank you. Thank you, DKT.
I'm going to read my last word so that I keep it short. I think the real opportunity here is for public sector to provide the enabling environment and for private partners to help expand availability and with Avibella provide that innovation within the framework. For me, that's how collaboration can then expand access responsibly without compromising choice, affordability, and quality of service delivery.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm sure you have learned something. And at the end of the day, let's see how the health of our women improves. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause for the panelists. Please, you can stay back and have take pictures. And please, our SA, can you join the pictures? Thank you. Please, a round of applause to our panelists. They didn't just come here to come and do Inspire to Perspire to Never Maguire and just speak big grammar. They delivered. Please, a round of applause for our panelists. There is no PowerPoint that can compete with that kind of real-life insight. What we DJ? Can you stop? All right, so what we've just had is an important conversation. What we've just had is an important conversation, and the real MVPs are our audience. Just look around you and clap for yourselves. It's not all the time you have 90% of the amount of people who were here from the beginning stay till the end. It was the organizers that were, trying to round up the program, but everybody in the audience was attentive, engaged, and even wanted to ask more questions. What does that say? It means that we're doing something right here, and the work is going to go beyond this room. Please, a round of applause for the audience. You are the real MVP. So, while the event was going on, real action has been taking place. And it means that something beautiful is happening here. When instantly we're getting results. So I'll be calling on the National Hospital Sales Manager of DKT International Nigeria, Mr. Valentine Ace, to come tell us what's going on in the background. A round of applause for him again, please.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon once again, everyone. I stipulate to stand on existing protocol. So I'll be doing this with my colleague, Mrs. Sarah Odenir, one of our clinical services manager. All right. So, like she said, a lot has been going on in the background. So one of us sees this moment to first appreciate one of our long-standing partners, or some of our long-standing partners who are here in this room today. And is no other person than Chief and Lolo Paulinus Anowai. Can we put our hands together for them? And of course, we have also in our midst who they are ready to, place their orders, Mr. and Mrs. Ezenia Chiuba, the MD Pipette Nigeria Limited. Please, I don't want to miss the fact that Chief Paulinus Anwar is the MD Farm Medicals Nigeria Limited. Please, another round of applause for them.
All right. So we have our delectable partners who are not just partners by name, but with actions and with doings. Before Avibella was launched, we have one of our providers that requested for an Avibella. And I specifically told him he's not available. But fortunately, we invited him for the launch. Even before the launch, he actually gave a testimonial about the Avibella itself because he had to outsource to get the Avibella. He used it and it worked for him. And he said, Sarah, you know what? I'm here today and I want to make an impact. He said, I'll be ordering 50 packs of Avibella. That's in the person of Dr. Oko Awo, the MD of Save Hands Hospital. Amuwo Odofin. Doctor, please, can you stand up for recognition? I want to appreciate you. He's been a wonderful partner. When we were having our IUD, when we launched our Lydia IUD on the partnership scheme, he was the first pioneer that partnered with over ₦1 million with DKT, and he has done it again. Dr. Kwawo, thank you so very much. And like him, I think the MC actually recognized her presence. She's a woman with doing. When you hear ORB, you know that's Dr. Leo. When we're also discussing, she said, Sarah, I will be part of this. With 10 packs of IUD, please deliver for me today. Dr. Leo, please, can we have you standing? Want to appreciate you. Thank you. This woman is so down to earth. We had our training last year. She said, Sarah, I'll be part of the training. She sat down like a participant in class. She came for the practical section at Oshodi Market. The same doctor you see. Doctor, we love you. Thank you for your support all through the year. These are people with realities, with doings, and we appreciate you. And also, not just an ordinary panelist. This is the man that moves things. He just retired from the ministry and is back to his facility. When you go to the VI, you're looking for one of the best facilities in VI. You cannot escape Clearview Hospital. And the MD said, Sarah, I'll be part of this with 20 packs of Avibella today. Dr. Ajayi, we want to say a very big thank you for your support all through the years. And you know that we have other providers that are also active as well, and they want to be part of this. We have one of our managers going around. You can get the form from them to order for your Avibella. You will get it right today. We won't deliver to your facility. You can go home with it. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has been part of this program. And we'll say we'll be following up in your facility to get more orders delivered to you. We'll be coming to do some vlogs at your facility, like Dr. Kwawa and Dr. Levy has said. They said, my hospital is open for you. You can come, we'll interview. You can come and interview me and my staff. We know they have some beautiful gadgets in the facility. We will help you to promote it. DKT is not just about selling. We are about promoting. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Thank you.
A lot of applause for everyone. Thank
you. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause. And as we approach the end of today's program, I would like to invite a very important voice from the heart of this partnership. Titilayo Ajayi, Director of Business Development, DKT International Nigeria. Please, a round of applause. She has been a key part of the work that brought us here today. Please, a round of applause so that we can have the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed healthcare professionals, partners, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to say thank you to God for the opportunity of putting this launch together and making it a successful one. As we come to the end of this remarkable event, it is my great honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of DKT International Nigeria. Today marks an important milestone in our journey to expand contraceptive choice and improve reproductive health outcomes for women across Nigeria through the introduction of Avibella HIUD. We extend our deepest appreciation to our keynote speaker and all our distinguished speakers and panelists and the moderator of the panel for sharing their expertise, their insights, and their perspectives. Your contributions have enriched our understanding of the opportunities and potential that hormonal IUDs present in addressing unmet family planning needs in Nigeria. To our valued healthcare providers, professional associations, policymakers, development partners, and advocates, thank you for your unwavering commitment for advancing reproductive health and ensuring that every woman has access to safe, effective, and informed contraceptive choices. I would also like to especially thank the special advisor and the team from Lagos State Ministry of Health for your presence here, for your contributions. We appreciate you. We are especially grateful to Woman Care Global and stakeholders whose collaboration and support continue to make innovations like Avibella possible. Your dedication to improving women's health inspires us and strengthens our resolve to do even more. To our media partners, thank you for helping to amplify this important conversation and for your role in educating the public about modern family planning options. I would like to thank the DKT team, DKT Nigeria team, every department from sales to logistics to human resources to procurement, every member of the DKT team, finance. I'd like to thank you for all your support in putting this together. I'd like to thank the event planners. They've done a good job for all their efforts. Thank you so much for your support today. As we leave here today, we hope that the conversations that were started will translate into action, collaboration, and greater access to innovative contraceptive solutions across the country. Thank you for being part of this historic launch. We look forward to working together to ensure that more women can benefit from the freedom, convenience, and confidence that Avibella brings. Please visit we have a booth there for product demonstration. You can see the medical nurses there that can demonstrate the insertion, and then we also have a video there. And lunch is also served. Thank you very much. Have a safe journey home, and we wish you continued success in all your endeavors. Thank you, and God bless.
Please, a round of applause. We have come to the end. Please, a round of applause for Titilayo Ajayi for the wonderful work that has been done here. Okay, so we have come to the end of this program. However, it's not the end. We have just launched Avibella. Please, can we do what we've been doing since? Avibella. So thank you for being here with us. We have ended the program, but like she said, you can go for the exhibition. Okay. So thank you for coming. Okay, so please note that lunch will be roll by roll per table, starting from the front to the back. There's lunch for everyone. Okay, thank you for being here with us. As we come to the end of today's event, we would like to sincerely thank you for being a part of the launch of Avibella Hormonal IUD. Today's discussion has reminded us that the future of reproductive health care is not only about innovation, but also expanding choice, improving quality of care, and ensuring that women have access to contraceptive options that truly fit their lives. We have heard valuable insights from our distinguished speakers and panelists on the clinical relevance of the hormonal IUDs, Avibella IUD, the importance of provider counseling, and the opportunities for improving women's health care outcomes in Nigeria. We hope today's conversations will inspire continued learning, collaboration, and confidence in providing modern contraceptive care. On behalf of DKT Nigeria, we sincerely appreciate all speakers, panelists, partners, healthcare providers, guests, and everyone who contributed to making this event a success. Thank you once again for your time, participation, and commitment to advancing women's health. We wish you a safe journey back and look forward to continued partnership as we work together to expand contraceptive choice and improve reproductive health care outcomes in Nigeria. My name is Dr. Kelechi Okoro, also known as the Health Entertainer. I had the honor of hosting alongside my colleague, Mr. Dizzy Mbata, and it has been an honor serving as your host. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Please, a round of applause for me, a round of applause for Avibella, and a round of applause for DKT Nigeria. Please, a round of applause for yourselves, and then don't forget to network, don't forget to just have fun, meet new people, take pictures, and see what's going on behind there. There are people who would, show you the product, and there's a video to show everything. Thank you very much. And DJ, please, can you give us light music?
And for those that before you leave, you want it inserted inside you, you can just go down to, like you might want to test it. It's here that you are safe. So if you test it did not go right, at least you can meet the...
Please don't mind him.
No, but this is the best place to test it. What are we talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to dance. Are you ready? For those. DJ, keep on going. Hey, I saw your dance step. Okay, you know that last question. Like, but this is a dance step. One. Everybody, let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. DJ, where's the music? DJ, I need the music now. Let's go. Let's go, my bro. Just do this like a dance set. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I see some people, they have folded their papers now. Some people are calculating, they will discover new doors. I'm in love, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm liking this production. Yeah, big people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a whining competition going. Baby girl, I'm here to support you. Say because of you, I'm on system. Baby girl, you watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, if you tell Avibella you love them. Okay, can everybody please come to the stand? Can everybody please come to the stand? Otherwise, no do. Can everybody come to the stand? They want everybody at the stand. Can you come to the stand? Can you come to the stand? No do, no do, no do. Let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Okay. DJ Jeff. Everybody come to... If you want to understand what's going on, if you know you're interested, don't forget this is female health. Come to the stand, understand for your wife, for your girlfriend. Everybody. Let's go, let's go. All right, let's go.
for watching. Thanks. Because I'm worried about the music. Check.